Hi, welcome to the Easy Allies podcast. I am Isla Hink. We are coming to you from Los Angeles, California. Daniel Bloodworth is still out of town for the holidays.
He's scouting GTA 6.
He's scouting GTA 6 as we speak. He's being threatened by a woman with two dual-wielding ball-peen or they're claw hammers, I think. I'm joined by Michael Huber.
Total Recall.
Total Recall tonight. And Robamiani. What is it? Robamiani.
It's one of those, I think. One of those, I think, right?
Michael
I always
Damiani.
love that I have to listen to Discord because anytime any of you gets slightly too loud, the audio noise cancellation just cuts you off.
So you never
And I
hear
just,
me.
like,
So you
lose
never hear
audio from
either
you.
of us because
So I don't hear
extremely
Huber
on
a
mic.
lot. Yeah. Yeah.
Huber just gets
Yeah.
loud and I'm too on mic, so making it all happen in the control room is Don Casanova.
Wrestling Gators.
Yes.
That's probably what Bloodworth is doing right
That's
now.
probably what he's doing.
Gabby's out too.
Gabby is also still out for the
She
holidays.
sent me a picture of a DeLorean in Times Square.
Dude.
It's like, cool.
She's
Sick.
working. She's working.
Cool.
Blood's working too. Blood. Shout out to Blood. They're not slouching.
Yeah, they're not
Gabby's
slouching.
tweeting. Gabby's setting up tweets.
Yeah.
Blood helped me with this run. Well, almost did the whole rundown his damn self. I was like, he was like, I'll get the rundown set up, and I was like, okay, he'll give me the skeleton
Here's the
and
whole
I'll
thing.
and I'll fill it out. And then I go in today at like 11 a.m. gonna set up the podcast, and it's basically done. I
Blood
added like
loves
3 or
working.
4 things. Blood. What a hero, dude. Yeah, Blood, you're on vacation, bro. Pump the brakes, dude. Actually, don't, because I love it. But couldn't do it without you. This week, though, it's our winter game preview, which means we're going to talk about a lot of games. We're going to tell you which ones fizzle and which ones sizzle. Mostly a lot of good stuff coming. I'm pretty jazzed about 2024's games.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to look ahead at all those games. But before we get started, we must answer for the mistakes we made last year. The last several? Last week's episode? The last 3 episodes?
Like 3 weeks ago?
Is this a group up of 3 episodes? Don, begin corrections music, please.
Oh, man.
Ooh, I liked that.
New for the new year.
Huber said that without PS Plus, he could just transfer save files to a USB drive, but while that was a feature on past consoles, you cannot transfer individual PS5 save files onto a USB drive. You can only transfer saves via cloud or by doing a full system backup.
That is fucking insane.
That's some BS.
Come
right
on.
Sort it out. Yo,
Sony, what the
Sort it
hell?
out.
seriously? Fuck PS Plus.
Dude,
Straight up.
yeah.
Garbage.
Yeah.
That is garbage. How expensive that is.
It's like
That should be a
They're
basic
racing towards Nintendo
feature.
tier.
Yeah, that is insane. Good Lord.
Honestly, I love how framey Robamiani is. It kind of adds to the effect for me. I bought like a $180 crappy ass laptop to run Robamiani, and it can barely hold up under its own weight. It is incredible. Virtual Hide-Lide. I corrected this live, Blood. I said this. Virtual Hide-Lide was on Sega Saturn, not Dreamcast. The original Hide-Lide was initially released on Japanese PCs and then ported to NES. I think I might have said Dreamcast and then like kind of mumbled Saturn. I don't know. Anyway, I was talking about that one.
Nice.
Whatever. Huber, James Cameron's production company is Lightstorm Entertainment, not Lighthouse,
I said Lighthouse?
which you mentioned while we were talking about Avatar.
Oh, my bad.
Honestly,
Yeah,
I feel like we're
Lightstorm,
getting
I
off
know
easy
this.
here. These are not that bad.
Yeah. That was my bad.
Yeah.
Love
That
it.
was it.
That was it. Chill.
Correct this harder. More correction.
I would love a Dawn.
No, don't.
I would love a Dawn Avatar update. How far are you now?
Well, here, hang on. If you have a correction, leave it in the YouTube comments on either the public version or the Patreon version on this episode. Start with the word correction and leave a timestamp so when we go back, we can figure out what the hell we were talking about. Because sometimes people are just like, nah, it's this. And we're like, what? What are you even talking about? Don, please end corrections music and then give us an update. Actually, this is a good segue. Thank you. This is actually a great segue into our first headline of the night. Holiday catch up, baby.
Holiday catch up.
What did y'all do? you?
Holy
Don, what'd you do, Don? We start with you. Nobody ever starts with Don.
True. I am still loving
That's
Avatar.
the preview. There you go.
Indeed. Something's mixed up in here, Isla, though, because
Really?
this little tiny monitor is only switching on the previews. Does those do that?
Yeah,
knows?
it's on preview so that you can check focus.
All right. Well, anyway,
Try Control-Alt-Delete.
I'm loving Avatar still. I'm happy to report. This is a brilliant game. This is a beautiful game. This is an unbelievable game. Explorer mode. I mean, I could go on all year about this game. Everything about this. Ubisoft, the formula, right? Okay, Avatar is the Ubisoft formula in action. It's perfection. It's the Ubisoft formula when it's absolutely working right, okay? And Explorer mode, it works perfect. This isn't going to work for every Ubisoft title, though, and you'll find out about some of the details about that later in the podcast.
More to come.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What a tease. I
Yeah.
love that.
But Avatar is a blast. I was playing it a ton over the holiday. I have no idea how far I am. You were playing in Explorer mode is unlike anything else I've ever played in any other game. It's just perfect.
What's Explore mode? You
Perfect.
just like look
No
around?
waypoints.
There's just no way.
They
But
give you like
Oh.
a general direction you need to go.
Like a video.
North of the Yangtze
they'll
River,
give you some
south
clues.
of the Spirit
They
Tree.
got the Yangtze River in
So
on Pandora.
I'm one from China.
They got the Ganges in there too. Don, how was your holiday, man? What did you get up to? Anything good? What'd you play besides Avatar?
it was lovely. I was playing a good amount of Avatar, and I was playing a good mix of actually do a lot of late night arcade sessions actually over the break because I got to stay in town this holiday. Usually I'm always traveling and seeing family,
Same.
which is fun, but the fact that I was in town this holiday, I was playing, got afforded lots of midnight, rendezvous in the arcade. So
Sounds
played a bunch of
illicit.
games. 1944.
my visual image for that was
I got to shout out 1944, the Loop Master. If you don't know this Capcom top-down,
Love that game.
shoot 'em up. Jesus, I mean it's the top-down shoot 'em up like
With the plane.
culmination of everything. It's the plane. Any
Yeah.
shoot 'em up you say,
Oh,
okay,
yeah, I've seen that
there's
one.
a top-down one with a plane.
Yeah,
Which is the
44 's
one
sick.
I like? Which is the one I should play? It's 44, the Loop Master. Is
Fuck yeah.
that genre
44.
perfected? I played a lot of that and loved it. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Sick.
I want to play that right now, Don. Shit.
So fun. 2-player. Drop the quarter in, you're good to go.
Michael Damiani. How was your break? What did you get up to? What did you play?
What did I play? I played through the remaining Final Fantasy Pixel remasters,
Ah.
including 3 and 5, which I never beaten before. Never beat 3, never beat 5 before.
neither.
Was really happy to finally beat those and see how their legacy and their influence played into the other ones because
14?
of the job systems in 5 and 3.
Yeah.
Yes, the 14 references, but mostly those two have like the most comprehensive job systems of the like original 6.
Yeah.
And I replayed, the other ones as well, including 4. 4 was pretty quick, but 6 as well. And it'd been such a long time since I had played through 6, and I like kind of forgot like how much stuff is missable, like Shadow. You forget to rescue Shadow. I was like, whoa, I forgot about that. Whoops, I'm screwed. So it was fun going through that. And then, yeah, those were the main ones I was playing. And then I jumped for funsies. I jumped back into Valkyria Chronicles because I started at the beginning of last year before 2023 madness began. And then 2023 madness began, and I had to stop Pixel remasters and Valkyria Chronicles replay and jump into like only new games. And so, beginning of 2024, trying to close that book from last year.
Nice.
And I was able to do that. So,
Hell yeah.
kind of fun. Yeah.
Did 3 introduce the job system? Was that the first one?
So 3 is the one where you can freely change jobs.
Okay.
Yes. 1, 2. 1, you picked a job and you had to stick with it. 2. You had like spells you learned and you had to like use them to like upgrade them. 3, you could like swap out jobs. 4 was fixed. 5, you had jobs that you could combine abilities as you learned them, and you got like more, and you can make like advanced stuff. Like you had like the mime and the freelancer who could become like or the mimic. Sorry, is it mime or mimic? Whichever one it was. That can get like insane because you can just use like white mage spells and then like be a warrior and then like throw in some time mage shit and like, woo, I'm super powerful. This is cool. And then 6, everyone's like fixed as well.
Okay.
But you can Espers let you learn all the spells, so like you can basically learn any spell fell pretty much.
Okay, cool. I love switching jobs
Hell yeah.
in an RPG
So fun.
generally. I do it less frequently in real life, but Hubie, what about you? What did you get up to? What did you play?
I didn't play much. I was on vacation. Went to Hawaii
Oh,
with the fam.
woo!
My mom, my dad, my grandpa.
Oh shit, that's
My
rad.
grandpa, 95-year-old grandpa
How did
on
he
a
handle it?
plane. He handled it, but he tweaked his knee on the plane.
Ooh.
So it really fucked him up. He like could barely move.
So he couldn't hit the Nepali coast, probably.
No, it was a little rough. Definitely the last time he'll be on a plane for sure. But we had a good time. We had a lot of good meals. Just hung out like beachside, poolside. Did some like driving around the island. Saw where they filmed Lost.
Fuck yeah. So does that mean you're on Big Island? Maui?
Oahu.
Oahu.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like near Waikiki is like where we were staying.
I'll be in Kauai in a month and a half.
Sick.
Well, less than that. Like a month.
And then pretty much the only thing I played was because I had my Switch. I just played a little Mario RPG.
Oh.
Got like 3/4 of the way through that.
Well, I heard it's like a 20-minute RPG.
It's
so.
pretty quick. It's pretty chill. Pretty basic. It's pretty fine.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Yeah, it's okay.
Pretty, though.
It looks really good. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I inexplicably got hella into Warframe. I'm big into Warframe now. I have, let's see, I have Garuda maxed. I have Octavia maxed. I have Saren maxed now.
Insane.
I got Wisp. It doesn't take that long to max out a Warframe.
Oh, okay. So the length is more of getting like gear and weapons and shit. That's what takes long. Got it.
And you know, I've been buying them.
Oh, pay to win.
Fuck it. They had a sale, you know, and I was like,
Hit that sale.
2 of them I got for like, you know, 75% off. I was like,
nice.
okay, whatever, like
Yeah.
sure. And like my philosophy with free to play games is generally like, if I enjoy it,
Same.
like if I'm like 4, 5, 6 hours in and I'm enjoying it, I will give you the cost of a game.
Same.
I'll give you $60.
Yeah.
Like if I'm playing your game and I think it's worth that, I will pay for your game.
Totally.
And like after that, I consider it like
Yeah.
more discretionary. You know, like I try
Reevaluate.
not to. You know, but like for the devs and you know that's generally how I operate. And like with stuff like this, it's like I've got 4 or 5 characters I can rotate between. What I like about Warframe is that it actually like, because usually I just find my character and stick.
Yeah.
Like Overwatch, whatever, I had like 2 or 3 I would rotate between, but usually I'm like, okay, I like her.
Yeah.
You know, in this one, I'm like, I'll switch for different missions. I'll be like, okay, she works for this one. She's better for
fine.
that one. And it's like incentivized to keep switching because it helps you speed up your mastery ranking.
Nice.
So much grinding.
I bet.
And I don't think I've ever seen a game with more currencies than fucking Warframe. It has a different, like everywhere you go, some dude will just be
Needs
like,
something.
he'll be like, this is the currency that I use. Like here on Fortuna, we've got 18 different currencies. And I'm just like, woo. Most of them are like earnable in game, you know.
Games.
Yeah.
What's Damiani?
So these games have lots of currencies.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. But
They
like
have lots.
the ultimate thing is that it's fun. Like I enjoy playing it. Like it's not too hard. It's kind of it's not mindless. I wouldn't say that, like, because that
Combat's
seems
so
harsh.
sick.
Combat is really cool. The zipping around is really
Zipping
fun.
around in
Like
Warframe,
I
yeah.
love immediacy and quick stuff. And Warframe was the perfect balance for a girl who was so burned out that she had like 9 migraines at the end of beginning of December, end of November. You know. I didn't want to get through like any serious games. I wanted to lay on the
grind it out on
couch and go,
Warframe.
"Bleh,"
Yeah.
you know,
One of
Warframe,
these
dude.
games.
Yeah, I want to put the hands behind the head, play a little Warframe. Yeah. So if Easy Allies is a clan, let me know. I haven't turned a clan. I don't know. Warframe is sick though.
Hell yeah.
We gotta go to TennoCon, dude.
10-0.
Tenno.
We have Warframe streamers.
I am tempted to stream a bit of Warframe. Don, you want me to write down these time codes, or you were writing them down?
I got him.
Okay. Headline 2, you ready?
Do it.
You ready? This is the meat and potatoes of this here episode. This is our winter game, Q1 game preview.
Yes.
And we have picked, hopefully you guys did, because I forgot.
I did it right now.
A sizzle and a fizzle.
I know.
The sizzle is a game that you're excited about, that you want to showcase, that you want to tell people, like, hey, I mean, my sizzle's fucking obvious. And then your fizzle is one that's like, hey, maybe this one, I don't know. I'm worried about it. Not necessarily that I think this game is like sucks, but like I'm a little,
Yeah.
Yeah,
no.
First up, January 11th, coming up, 6 days or so.
Wow.
Momodora Moonlit Farewell. Don, you wanted to talk about this?
I want to talk about this. This may come as a surprise to some of you, and probably wouldn't, though. This is right out of the gate, my sizzle.
Hell yeah.
Sizzle. Momodora, who knew about this franchise? I didn't a few months ago, and I found out about it when I was looking up the games that are coming out this year.
It looks
and
gorgeous.
It looked sick as hell. I mean, the gameplay looked tight as hell. You know, the projectiles, they have this dodge mechanic that reminded me a lot of Hunt Down. Everyone knows I was obsessed
Hunt
with.
Down, dude.
I just love a good, beautiful 2D, you know, of course, who doesn't love a Metroidvania, but 2D action platformer with tight, fun controls. The art style is beautiful. And Momodora, this is a franchise that came from humble roots, I found out, you know, on Itch.io, I think. It was a Flash game or something for the first 2 entries. This one here is the 5th entry. It's supposed to be the culmination, and this franchise has just constantly been getting refined better and better with each edition, and to me this looks like it's going to be the true culmination, like both a finesse of everything, sort of. I actually picked up 3 and 4 over the holiday break because they're on the winter sale, so sick, with the music also. The soundtrack to these games, unbelievably good. I recommend checking out 3 and 4. They're on Steam for they might still be on sale. But they checked out. They were excellent, and I had a blast. So I'm pretty sure this Momodora is going to be top notch. I've got a lot of faith in it.
Yeah, great sizzle, dude. Very hyped on
Momodora,
that.
dude.
Yeah.
It looks gorgeous.
Looks
and the
really
movement
fun.
looks very, very fluid.
Yeah. Super hyped.
Yeah.
I try to get in on every single Metroidvania I can.
Hell
It
yeah.
is like next to survival horror, Metroidvania is like my absolute favorite genre. No doubt.
Is there a good survival horror Metroidvania?
That's a great question.
I mean, Super Metroid's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Pretty scary.
Hollow Knight is
Hollow Knight, yeah.
like kind of has
Even
those
like Blasphemous
vibes, but
kinda.
maybe not literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Blasphemous 2 is so fucking good.
There's that one that I
love
can't
I love-
remember. Whatever.
I love Metroidvanias, but I think there's too many of
There's
them,
a lot.
so it's hard
we
to get
get a
excited for every
saturation.
single one.
You
Yeah.
gotta just hit the 8s and above.
Yeah. January 18th, we got a few things coming out. We got Bulletstorm VR. I've heard you like Bulletstorm.
I love Bulletstorm.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll hop into the VR version, but I did hop in when they
insane.
Yeah.
VR, like it seems like it'd be so crazy.
Yeah, I did hop in when they added Duke Nukem back in the day to the remaster.
yeah.
That was fun.
Then Turnip Boy Robs a Bank, which sounds cool title.
Yeah.
Then we've got Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Damiani, you want
yeah.
to talk about this as well as Hubert?
Yeah, I actually talked with Bloodworth a bit about this for our preview video that went up a while back. Thinking like that. I'm also allowed to say, and I just double checked it, I do have the game and I am playing it. That's all I'm allowed to say. Actually, I'm allowed to say more, but that's all I'm going to say.
Heck yeah.
Saving
But
it.
Huber and Blood also
Yeah.
got a chance to play it.
My-
And the thing that we all three of us played, we fought that Manticore boss, whatever it was called. And you know you had a fun time with that.
Yeah, my biggest takeaway was how good this game feels. How good it feels to move and fight. Both of those things. Not just like dashing around, double jumping, air dashing, but actually fighting and parrying and combating enemies also feels really good. It seemed like there were a lot of good secrets. I only got to play for like 30 minutes. But then in addition to just like trash mobs, there was that awesome boss fight. So when you have really good movement, really good combat against basic enemies, and interesting bosses, very high hopes for this final product. And Prince of Persia is such a legendary franchise.
Yeah.
So it just seems like it's about to make a big comeback. Like, I'm so excited for this.
And correct me if I'm wrong, this is the one that we heard about 100 years ago and then they went back to the drawing board on it?
No.
That was a different one.
Yeah, that
Okay.
that was like a remake of...
Right,
Yeah,
that's
that's
right.
a 3D,
Sands of
a
Time.
full 3D.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this one, like, I had pretty low expectations, and then as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, and then you guys were playing it, and you're like, oh, it's really good.
Really good. Yeah.
I'm really excited.
Yeah.
So
for this.
excited.
I think this is something they needed because Sands of Time was stalling out with
Yeah.
development,
Yeah.
and people were pretty
That's
high on
right.
that when it first got announced, and then we had a succession of bad announcements that followed it up, saying like, oh, it's not doing well. We're going to start development over. Oh. It's not anywhere near done, and it's like, okay, what's going on here? So this announcement came kind of out of like left field, honestly.
Yeah.
And yeah, everything Heber said, like I echoed that as well. Just like the like environments I played in the preview version, it was definitely giving me like it was chasing Metroid Dread.
For sure.
But Metroid Dread had like that melee combat with the counters and stuff, which are in here. But this definitely was like a little bit more action focused because you don't have the guns, you don't have these missiles, you're not Samus, you're not relying more on like range and power shots. You've got your swords, you've got these like abilities, and you're going in and and I think it comes down to, like the boss encounters and in the enemy fights and like how the variety of enemies hold up, because in the preview version they were throwing like a decent amount of enemies that would change up their attack patterns and you couldn't just like mash away. And there are a decent amount of combo strings, and like the preview build they were showing, there's an NPC that shows you that it was pretty comprehensive, and I imagine it gets even more comprehensive as you unlock more powers and other abilities to throw in there. And yeah, that length, they said it's like 20 plus hours.
Whoa.
And if you in the preview build, when I zoomed out on that map, it went pretty like there was a lot of white space. I was like seeing like, oh, that goes pretty far. Are we going all the way over there?
That's tricky, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah.
They don't do the Elden Ring thing where the map
beefy.
won't let you zoom until you've seen something else, and then you're like, oh my God.
Well, you don't see the actual map. There's like a background, and then there's but you can see
still.
the background is like themed of like they're kind of like themed for the zones. You'll kind of like pick that up, and like the preview build, it's in there. You'll pick that up, and when you see an image on the background, it's like there has to be something there. I just don't know what it is yet. We'll find out. And
Casino.
like characters and stuff seem pretty cool.
Yeah, me too.
Same.
Dude, there's a gambling thing in there. Every game needs like a casino.
Wait, is there a gambling?
Gambling thing.
Wait, is there or?
I have no idea.
Oh. He said if there is.
I'm saying every game should have
I
it.
Everyone
see,
perked up.
We're all like,
immediately.
really?
Oh man, that would be sick.
There's nothing I love losing more than fake money. January 19th, another code Recollection, which I remember looking cool. I can't remember what that is. I looked at most of these, but I didn't.
They were. Yeah, they're like re-releases of those DS games that came out. Yeah, and I think I forget. Like it was Two Memories was the original one, and its sequel
Remakes,
was
I guess.
another code R. And they were both for DS. Did the sequel even come out here? The sequel came out in Japan and Europe on Wii. Anyway, we're getting both. And they're coming out on Switch. And it was a unique looking game at the time. So, I'm just glad when games that maybe got forgotten get another chance.
Yeah.
Like this, I'm probably going to guess this is going to do better than both versions in the past did. So that's got to be like kind of nice. Yeah.
Then on that same day,
there's a demo out now apparently.
Oh, demo,
Okay.
nice.
Nice.
On that same day, a little game called Last of Us Part 2 Remastered.
Oh yeah. I'm always
I've never heard
hyped
of this. What
for
is
The
this?
Last of Us.
Huber.
So this remaster, remember, it's hard to believe. Last of Us Part 2, PS4 game.
I know. When they announced this, I was like, that game came out like a year ago. And I'm like, oh, no, it did not.
But they did patch it for PS5 at the time, so that's where people get a little confused. Their memory's a little hazy. So it was 60 frames on PS5 eventually.
Yeah.
But the big stuff about this version is the no return mode, which is like a roguelite mode. You can play as characters from the game that you were not allowed to play as in the main game. You know, you can be like Tommy and
Not allowed.
Joel, and not allowed. Yeah, you weren't
Not
able to
allowed.
play as like Tommy
You're
or
like,
yeah. So that's really cool. They have lost levels, which I'm really excited about. You can go through
Like Mario?
You can go through cut levels with commentary
Whoa.
that didn't make it
that's
into
sick.
the game.
with
just-
commentary.
Yeah, just
that's cool.
yeah.
That's
So just
sick as hell.
all the new skins and probably new trophies. I'm assuming. I don't actually can't confirm that, but
I was reading that it was the first time that in-game confirmation of Ellie's last name, because it's on her spacesuit.
oh yeah,
Williams or
Sick,
something, I
sick,
think.
sick.
I don't know. I read that like a month ago. I don't
Love
know.
that. Yeah, and then $10 only if you already
If
have
you already
Last of
owned
Us
it,
Part 2,
yeah.
which is really
Yeah.
awesome. So it's a
Oh,
no-brainer,
nice.
yeah. So just hyped. Always hyped for more Last of Us.
Real
Maybe-
upper this game.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, maybe
Real feel-good game.
maybe some more permadeath runs.
Does it have a permadeath mode?
It does,
That's what
it
chat's
does,
screaming
it
right now.
does, it does.
So, okay, so we can look forward to that.
You can't
All right.
look forward to that. Watching me mentally break down. Oh my god. Chad, if I can't even beat 1, like 2 is harder and longer. Oh, jeez. We'll see. I'm definitely going to attempt it for sure. I will say that what I'm most excited as we move on, I'm most excited for a re-examination of that game, minus all the noise, because when
Yeah.
that came out, after the leaks
Yeah.
and after the impact of like story elements of that game, I'm excited for people to replay it with just a little clearer head. And I want to see how that goes. I want to see people evaluate that game today
Yeah.
rather than post leaks, post controversies, all that noise and drama. So excited.
I'm excited for the discourse when season 2 of the show comes out. For
Same.
all the people who don't know,
Same, yeah, very.
we just get to relive
Yeah.
all of it over again.
Over and over.
like
over
we did
this-
with season 1.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. I'm a little confused on this one. January 23rd, Howl, which is already out.
Must be a console port.
Yeah, but I don't know which one
Maybe
because
it's
I
a
already own
console
this on
port.
Switch. I was looking it up because I'm like,
Oh.
I'll talk about it. I like this game. It's a turn-based folklore game.
Nice.
It's got like that hand-drawn style.
Love that style.
It looks very cool. It's like very painterly, like watercolors, kind of like ink on parchment, sort of. I don't know. It's a cool game.
Oh. It's coming soon. That day is Epic Games, PS5, Xbox Series X.
Okay, yeah, because it's been on Steam and Switch. So
Nice.
Switch.
all
yep.
right, so yeah, PS5. Thanks for checking on that, Demi. PS5, Xbox, and Epic on the 23rd. It's a nice game. Check it out. January 25th, Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy. Pretty
Love
cool. I
Ace
got to
Attorney.
play a little of this at a
The-
preview event. It was
And
neat.
Apollo Justice, yeah, the spinoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, the DS and 3DS games.
Yep.
Two of them. Well, first one was on DS, and this is the sequel trilogy to
Yeah.
the Phoenix Wright,
Yep.
Ace Attorney.
Just
So
so many. I
these
feel
are
it's like
pretty popular. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Damiani, man. It's like Professor Layton, where I've only played like the first I've played like 1.5 of them, and they're so amazing.
Have you
Professor
seen the
Layton,
new Layton?
yeah,
Is there another one coming?
New
it looks insane.
There's a new one coming out, and it looks amazing.
Yeah.
It's 3D.
I got
that
it's
and Ace
like,
Attorney.
oh
There's just
my God.
so
I got the
freaking
shittiest
many.
deal on Layton because I feel like I was that all the way back at Game Trailers. Or was that Easy Allies? But like, I got an early code for the one where you play as his like niece or daughter or whatever. I don't know if it was on the phone or what. And I was all excited. I was like, cool. Like, what
Yeah.
a cool new way to get into Layton. I've always heard it's great. Never
Yeah.
played it. That game sucks. I did not enjoy it.
Okay, shit.
But like,
the first one is incredible.
From what I've heard,
and
it's
a
like-
lot of them are incredible.
from what I've heard, that one is very different from the other ones.
Got it. Okay.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, bad place to start according to chat.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I finished the first one and then started the second one and fell off.
If there's a new one coming, maybe I'll jump into that.
Yeah.
I'm
But Ace Attorney, same
honestly
thing.
just
I love
waiting
it.
for them to do the like
Yeah.
Ace Attorney like
Package.
Ultimate Collection
Yeah.
someday, which has like every single
They
one
had
in
that
them.
console
Like,
version.
I'm just gonna wait till they do that.
They had the console collection. There's like a bunch of them in there.
Well,
And now with this one, like that's a lot.
Of Layton?
No, of Ace Attorney.
No, he's talking about Layton.
Oh, Layton.
He wants them to do what they do to Ace Attorney over and over again to Layton.
Got it.
Well, I do want Ace Attorney, but they've only done the previous trilogy, and then this is the second trilogy.
Yeah.
They haven't done like this. They haven't done all of the Ace Attorney games, like the 6 of the main ones, like the spin-offs, like the Miles. Like I want like Miles Edgeworth ones.
Yeah.
And I want like
so many.
what's the other one I'm thinking about? There's like the old ones, the ones that take place like in the past.
So rad.
What were those called? The ones that are set like in the past.
So cool.
Dude, yeah, I want all that. I even like
Sherlock
play those
Holmes
ones
shit.
at all. I like that's what I want.
That's cool.
Yeah, I want all that. Yeah,
Yeah, and apparently some
and
of
the
them never
ones
even
that
came to
maybe
the
never
US.
made out here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do it all.
Do it all.
Capcom, give it to me.
Yeah, hook us up.
Also that day is the early access for Unforetold Witchstone. January 26th, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth.
Hell yeah.
Go ahead, Michael Huber.
Mostly excited as, if you've been watching me for a while, I'm a little fatigued on Yakuza right now. It's definitely... I'm feeling the Marvel fatigue, but the Yakuza fatigue. I've been on this train for a long time, and it's just like...
This train don't stop.
No matter how good something is... If it doesn't evolve or change enough, I'm going to get tired. Like, I remember people were bringing up, like, oh, what about Resident Evil? Huber, what about Resident Evil? That's still going. And it's like, you look at how different a lot of those
changes.
games are.
Yeah.
There's co-op ones.
Yeah.
There's third-person ones. There's first-person ones. There's VR. Like, there's so much different.
How do you respond to someone who might come back at that comment with, well, Huber, some of these are turn-based now, some of them are action now.
So this is only the second turn-based one.
Yeah.
And even when
To me, that's a departure.
It is, but the story and the environments and even the tone is
Pretty
so
similar. Yeah, it's the
similar.
same,
It's
yeah.
so similar. And even the turn-based combat, like, felt somehow the same. I know it's crazy to think, like, you
Yeah.
have action combat, you have turn-based combat. But
Your
I
brain
think
smooths out the edges.
yeah, I think because of the aesthetic and the tone of it, it just feels so similar.
This one's got Animal Crossing built into it, though.
Yeah.
So that's going to be sick.
And I'm obviously gonna play it. I'm almost done with the Man Who Erased His Name. I'm like still caught up on Yakuza. I've finished them all. Like even freaking Ishin, which I loved, but it sounds like I'm hating on it and I'm so critical of it, but that's only because I love it so much. And it's just I still love it, but it's just a little less special.
Yeah.
It's just a little less special to me.
You're a notorious hater,
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah. So like I miss it as an event,
Sure.
when Zero came out or like Kiwami, it was like still like pretty fresh, and the visuals at that time were so insane. It was so, like even when Yakuza 3 came out, obviously on PS3, but like then we had like 4 and 5, but then when Zero came out, that was another huge jump in Kiwami in visuals and stuff and storytelling, like expertise. They
you
really
think-
like found their footing.
Do you think that it would benefit? Like, how would they make it feel more fresh for you if they just spaced them out a little more? Because they come out pretty quick.
Yeah, like this will be the
kind of
third one in a
shockingly-
year.
yeah, like
That's
shockingly,
insane. Like
the
we
pace-
had
the pacing is
Ishin, the Man Who
shocking.
Erased His Name, and now this. That's 3 in a year. That is insane.
So, like, if there were a year in between each one, do you think that you'd feel more hyped on it?
Yeah, and like let Kazuma rest. Like this is one of the greatest characters of all time, and now he's been in like 10 plus games, and it's like, yo, Song of Life was billed as like the culmination, kind of the Avengers Endgame vibes, and it's just like, nah, keep him going, just keep going, and it's like
He cannot rest.
yeah, just like let the
Has he had a I don't do that anymore moment yet?
a little bit,
Has he said like I don't do that anymore?
not explicitly, but like there's some of those vibes for sure.
We gotta get him into the geezer pleaser territory where he comes out of retirement
Yeah.
to kill a bunch of guys.
But
I'll give you 9 minutes.
I'm still there day one, but
Whatever.
definitely just they're cranking these. It reminds me of Assassin's Creed. Like
Oh yeah.
that's not what you want to be compared to, Yakuza. I'm sorry, you're going Assassin's Creed style here.
Yeah.
Just like, wow, pump it, dude, pump the brakes.
I honestly don't know how these games are so huge, and like I don't know how they do it.
Reuse those assets.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's how they do it. Next up, January 26th, Tekken 8. Tekken 8. Don? You excited for Tekken 8?
I'm fairly excited. I got a chance to play this with Bloodworth. We went to an event. And so, what
a jolly ass time that must have been. Daniel Bloodworth and Don Casanova, dude.
Playing Tekken 8.
Playing Tekken 8.
You don't even know. It was sick as hell. We were on top of what I described as a skyscraper. Blood said it was a large building, but we were literally.
That is the most Daniel Bloodworth nitpick. Well, technically, it's not a skyscraper unless it's more than 8 stories, Don.
If you want to see the moment where he pumps the brakes, look at our. I think it was our preview coverage we did a couple weeks ago. It's actually on video. It's quite funny.
That was caught on tape?
Yeah, that moment.
Oh my God.
I was excited. It was a fun event to go to, and Tekken is looking rad as hell. I mean, what can I say? Tekken has always been a little bit of a showpiece when it's come out.
Yeah.
This one, for sure, is an absolute showpiece. I mean, the campaign, the bit I got to see in terms of like a technical marvel, it's right up there at the top, Mortal Kombat, anything like that, any current thing. It just looks spectacular. The in-game fighting also looks spectacular. They've got all kinds of crazy lighting and effects going on constantly. It's just a visual feast. And then, they've got all the other stuff that these major franchises are trying to do, major accessibility to bring in the sort of casual crowd and this and that, and bring in, I think, a lot, they're doing kind of like what Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter did this past year in terms of like really wanting to bring back maybe a lot of the older fans that possibly fell off a little bit also. We're talking about a lot of the lay audience, the general casual crowd, obviously, not just kind of appealing to both, So I think critically it's going to be appreciated. I think they're going to pull it off. The biggest, challenge I see for them is just in that crowd they're trying to bring back in, that general casual audience. Is there any fatigue from that crowd because they already did purchase Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat last year, and maybe they're not going to feel that same extreme itch to jump on with this? I think they'll be, from what I played, they'll be satisfied if they do, but I think that's the biggest hurdle. Critically, I think it'll be well received. I mean, it was a fun game, and it's polished as hell. So check out our coverage of it if you want to hear some of the more details.
Yeah, Damiani?
I will say though, there are people still want to know about the situation with the netcode though. Have to point that out, that this is a series where the netcode has struggled at times. So for the online component, for people looking forward to that is something that a lot of people have called it out for Tekken 8 who've gone in to play it, that they're concerned about it. So we'll see if Bandai Namco is able to do something about it, or if it's just the same old story they've been doing with their last few fighting games.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Longest continuous story in video gaming.
Top 10 dysfunctional families.
Top 10 dysfunctional families.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Next up, we have February, baby. Part 2, February. Year of our Lord 2024. February 1st, more fighting. This is not the fighting one. Granblue Fantasy Relink. Michael Damiani, what the hell's going on?
Finally, this game.
You were thinking of Versus, Granblue Fantasy Versus, and Rising, which just came out last month. An updated follow up to that. Obviously, it's the Granblue Fantasy universe, which I know jack shit about. But I am very into this, and it was close to being my sizzle, except for one thing about its development history. It is a big, beautiful looking RPG, real-time action. It looks like just the best part of Tales and old Final Fantasy, and throw in some MMO looking mechanics, but it's not an MMO. It's just has all this great stuff. And they had the magic word for a while when they first announced this game way back.
So long ago.
8 years ago. Yeah. 8 years ago, 7 years ago, whatever it was. Platinum Games was attached to it. That is not the case anymore. Platinum Games departed a few years ago. It is all in-house now. It is Cygames that is handling it. And that is the biggest question mark. The question is, will this hold up as well in terms of combat compared to the pedigree of having Platinum Games attached earlier? Is any of their DNA still in there? Was it completely removed? and how will the final combat feel? Looks beautiful. Looks like it's like the last trailer I saw. Like there's like so much shit going on. Like giant Shadow Colossus looking bosses, like just running around like open giant detailed fields with like airships flying around and like real time gameplay too. You're like running through the field and all this is happening. I'm like, okay, this is batshit insane. But like, how is it gonna feel when you play it? And won't know until you get your hands on it. And I haven't, like, I know some people have gotten their hands on it. I haven't. Very curious about this game. Don't know if I'm going to play it all the way to finish when I get it, but like I've just been waiting like 7 years to finally play this damn thing.
Yeah.
And it looks so cool. Like the last time eye-grabbing attention like this was like Valkyria Chronicles. That turned out pretty well for that game, in my opinion. But we'll see how this turns out for Granblue Relink.
Hell yeah. I'm so excited, Damiani. It's been so long, dude. I feel like it's been so long. It's like sometimes when things take so long, there's like really high expectations, and it's like going to be hard to match that. But now it's been so long that it's kind of come back around where it's like, I hope it's good.
Yeah.
Even though we've been waiting for like 8 years.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. We'll have to see. Someone chat is saying there might be a demo coming soon. I'll gladly try it out.
That'd be clutch.
So I'll immediately answer how I feel about the combat. But yeah, everything I've seen about like the boss fights look very intriguing to me. It's just how they feel when I play it.
Yeah.
February 2nd, Persona 3 Reload.
Fuck yeah, 10 out of 10 hype.
That is my sizzle.
Sizzle.
So Rebirth is the obvious one. We're not counting Rebirth. Rebirth is like, come on. Who, like, I'm not like, besides Rebirth, this is my sizzle. And hell yeah. Ever since the rumors of this, Persona 3 Reload, so stoked for this. Played through the portable re-release on Switch last January when they dropped that. So, a little over a year later, getting that remake treatment and like can't wait to just have like that new voice cast doing the lines, all the updated quality of life stuff. It is, I like what was some of the stuff. Like it's not gonna have everything in there from like all. It's like it's not like the unified version. It's not taking all the different versions like FES, OG, PES. It's like its own unique thing. But still, it looks so good.
I mean, visually,
and the music. I know they dropped the new opening. I refuse to watch it. I refuse.
Yeah.
I refuse.
Good.
I'm watching it when I play it.
I've already seen too much.
It ahead of time.
Clean,
no.
Yeah.
Don't want to see it. Don't want to see it. That's right.
Yeah.
Freaking good, great game. And to me, one of the best RPG endings. And I've played all but the first 2 Persona games of 3, 4, and 5. I think this has the best ending of the modern Persona games. Yeah.
Do you ever get into Shin Megami, Damiani, or just Persona?
SMT? Not the mainline SMT. I played some of the spin-offs, but unfortunately, like Ben was the only one who ever like really got into like SMT around here, and
I played a lot of the latest.
It was never really my vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, this one
5?
looks cool. Yeah, 5.
Yeah, Persona 4, like how I was just talking about, like special, how feel that feeling, that special feeling, that to me is Persona. Like Persona 4 Golden and Persona 5, 2 of the greatest video games I have ever played. Like they reach that level where it's like beyond a simple game. It like really affects your life, and they're so addicting. Like I always say, Persona 5 is a 100-hour game. It took me 100 hours to beat, and I didn't want it to end. Like
it's like a good book. You miss your friends.
Yeah, I didn't play games for like weeks after it. Yeah. So never got around to Persona 3. So now it's like the perfect way to play. I'm so excited for this remake. This is day one. Cannot wait.
To be fair, the biggest question is how are they redoing Tartarus? Like how are they doing?
I heard rumors that they are not, and that people are a little disappointed on that.
Yeah, and like if they did anything to like tweak it, or if it's literally gonna be identical, because that is the grind.
Yeah.
That is the boring part to me, but it is really hard. Like if you want like that hardcore experience, I mean, like that's what you're getting right there. If you want something like that, so we'll see if they like tweaked anything, and maybe not like layouts, but like made it maybe easier to get around or something. I don't know. We'll see what they did. Also, this is a chance for them to change up some of the scenes in the game that didn't age very well and might not have shouldn't have been there in the first place to begin with. The series has had a history.
Onsen scenes or something?
There's a beach. There's a scene that happens on a beach.
It always goes
not
down at
the
the
thing
beach
you're thinking
in
of.
Arizona.
It's something else that's, well, in 2 Persona games, something bad happens at the beach, at least, in 5 and in 3. And at least I'm hoping that they take this opportunity to, it's unnecessary. It did not need to be there in this one. It's like, why? That doesn't really need to be there. You kind of shot yourself in the foot with that scene. But yeah, the music. If you have not played this game, Persona music is fantastic, out of this world.
Was 2 in our Goaties music. I'm still bitter about that.
To the other one, there was Persona.
I'm so mad about it. It was Nier.
Nier. You lost a Nier.
Yeah,
dude, you lose to Nier. You're losing to Nier.
Right,
you can't beat Nier.
Persona 5 music, though.
It's so good. But, I would even,
Listen,
there's
queens
almost,
enter.
nothing that could,
One
I would be
has to sashay
16 doesn't beat. Nier is better than 16 music. Come on, it's just
it's out of control.
Level.
It's out of control.
You guys got me thinking about when I first played Royal on the Vita. I think it was at I was in bed in my hometown, peak gaming vibes, dude.
So cozy.
Will this be peak gaming vibes or bargain basement? February 2nd as well, same day. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League.
This is my fizzle.
Yeah.
Fizzle out.
Yeah, no shit.
The reason I'm so effing hard on this game is because for me, the stakes are so high. One of my favorite things in the universe is Batman.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite games of all time are the Arkham Trilogy and Batman Arkham Origins, don't worry. But that's on Rocksteady. This if this was separate from Arkham, Gotham Knights was, fine, cool,
why
whatever.
put so much pressure on this game?
Yeah. So the fact that this is continuing, one of the best Batman stories there have ever been, Arkham Asylum, City and Night story is so sick. I mean, I got problems with the Arkham Knight. That's a whole nother conversation, whatever. But there's so much good shit in there. The Nightfall Protocol is sick. And this is just everything I've seen from this is just not it. I mean, this is a series known... I know, it's so hard because it's a different game, it's a different thing, but it's but you're in the same universe and it's from the same company, so the comparisons to Arkham are they have to be there. You can't just be hey everybody, guess what?
They're inevitable and required. You put it in that universe.
Exactly. So they did this to themselves.
Yeah.
And those games are so good because they're so intimate and so immersive. The Asylum, the City, and then Gotham are some of the best video game locations they've ever made in games, in my opinion. All the little details in those games are so good.
Yeah.
The boss fights are legendary. And everything we've seen from these boss fights are just everybody swinging around, shooting. Everyone has a gun.
It lacks impact.
It lacks impact.
I mean, I haven't played it and you never know, but from the trailer, it looks a little splashy.
Yeah. And I read an article the other day where it's this game is being unfairly judged because of the live service model. I don't even give a shit about the live service model.
You know what game I'm fucking super into? Warframe.
Warframe, yeah. I don't get, they've already said free content, whatever, free things, whatever, you can pay for cosmetics, I don't care, whatever. That is not why I am so worried about this game. I'm worried about this game because everything we've seen in the gameplay looks mediocre.
Yeah.
It's always online, weird 4-player co-op. How am I going to get immersed in this story with 3 other people chatting about what they had for breakfast this morning? The boss fights, the visuals, the boss fights, everything about it, I'm so nervous. And again, the stakes are high because this is coming from one of the best studios in the biz. The budget is probably through the freaking roof on this thing.
Yeah.
It's Kevin Conroy's final appearance as Batman.
For that reason alone, I hope it's shockingly good. Like, I hope we're all wrong.
I know.
I want everyone to be wrong. Yeah. Like, I hope it's like, even if the gameplay is whatever, I hope the story at least is good.
Same.
You know? Because, I mean, like, the Arkham Knight, Dark Knight games, like, or, you know, whatever. That was never my, like, it's not my style of gameplay. Like, I don't love that stuff. But, like, the stories that you were talking about. Like, that'll hold you even if nothing else does. You know? Like, ugh.
So just really nervous about like looting and shooting, and like the Arkham games are so cool because you can, like, there's stealth missions, there's combat sections, and then there's exploration going back and forth. Every single thing we've seen of this game is just like swinging and zipping and shooting like colored orbs and shit. And
well, and also like there's a thing that happens with games sometimes, and it's ineffable. It's hard to put your finger on, but like, you just get a sense sometimes when you're seeing a game trailer, what aren't you showing me? Like, what are you avoiding showing me?
Yeah.
Like, what is it? Because on these, it's been a lot of, like, cutscene stuff and a lot of, like, wide shots of action and whatever, but it's like, they're avoiding showing me something, and that makes me nervous. I'm like, what is it? What are you afraid of? What are you ashamed of?
The map and all the little like dots or something.
It's got to be something. Like, we've not. I feel like even though we have like seen gameplay of this, I feel like we haven't. Like, it's so weird.
They've
I don't know.
done some behind the scenes things, and like one of those looked okay because it was like the beginning of the game and it was a slower like non-combat part, but I wonder how many of those there are, and it was very linear, that part. It wasn't like you were able to, you know, snoop around the back alleys of Gotham and find
snoop around.
You know, so, and then like, no spoilers, they already showed it and revealed it, but there's like another character from the Arkham games that has revealed themselves. So it's just like the stakes are so high because those stories are so revered. So I've never been.
I'm with you here.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been so nervous for a game in my entire life. Honestly,
the perfect fizzle.
Yeah,
like you don't want.
Truly,
like,
I've never been so nervous for a
Rocksteady
game
to
ever.
survive this.
Yeah.
I want them to have a chance to make more.
The behind the scenes too. The like co-founders of the studio just bounced like a year or so ago.
Yeah.
The game had already been mostly done at that point. Like. But still,
listen, if Arcane can weather Redfall, Rocksteady could weather this, right? Like, like,
and Arkham Knight was 2015.
That's so.
We're in 2024
ago,
now.
That
Look
is
how long
almost
we've been
a
waiting for
decade,
this.
dude.
This is WB
insane.
though versus Microsoft.
Yep.
WB seems to be more. I don't know.
Trend chasing.
Less. Yeah. Like, game of service not doing as well. Bye. Who made it? You? You're out of here too.
9 years.
Arkham Knight was 9 years ago, and it's still one of the best looking video games ever. Game is insane.
Yeah. Talk about a shift in look. February 8th, Helldivers 2.
Yeah.
We're going to kill each other so much in this.
Let me talk to you.
We're going to kill each other so much in this.
So hyped on
I'm
this.
doing my part.
I was very nervous with the shift in perspective, but now I've come around to it.
I mean, it looks
very excited about it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And it is so Starship Troopers, it's not even funny.
Yeah.
I mean, it always was, but now it's even like, it feels even more so, like the Enlist today, it's like directly out of Starship Troopers.
I want to see the progression. I want to see the loop. I want to see how you level up, what you can invest in. I want to see if we're all going to like pick a class and just go all in on that, or if we're all like switching around. Like, I want to see all that because I'm ready to be addicted and I'm ready to grind.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see it being like a more combat, like Lethal Company. Like, we're just like accidentally killing each other.
Exactly.
Yeah. It'd be so much fun.
It's gonna have those vibes. And they just got to have those environments, like not too big, to feel just right, because that's not what this game is ever going for. I know you're dropping on a bunch of different planets, but it's like, that's not what I'm caring about. I'm caring about the chaos. Are these maps set up for chaos?
Yeah.
And like abusing friendly fire. It's like, it's a risk reward. Like, I'm going to go for that, but like might hit my friends, but you just can't handle what's being thrown at you up front at first, and that's like the panic sets in, and I want to feel like want to feel that, and
I want these maps
3D
to be
map
set up
design's a
where
little bit
it's-
harder. Yeah.
I want the maps to be set up where it's like almost impossible to avoid getting in somebody's sight line.
Yeah.
Like you're constantly in somebody's sight line and you're getting shot by one of your
Our
friends.
first run will end with me airstriking all of us.
Including yourself. Yeah. And it'll be perfect. Helldivers 2, dude. February 8th. That's going to be
That's
a lot
the
of fun.
feel-good hit of the
That's
winter
a
right
feel-good
there.
hit of the winter.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. That's the bleak dystopia we need to lift us out of the winter gloom, February 14th, Banishers Ghosts of New Eden.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for this game, but I'm a little skeptical.
Oh, I'm ready.
I'm not saying it's my fizzle, but I think like I want to love this game.
Dude, Don't Nod's been killing it.
Yeah.
Don't Nod's been killing it.
Like it looks sick as shit. I'm just worried. Like what are you doing though? Like I don't know.
I feel like it's kind of like Hellblade-y, God of War-y, like probably get some quests, way more linear, I think. So like that's why I bring up Hellblade.
Yeah.
Because it'll be like linear like that.
Which that works when it works.
Super cool with that.
Yeah.
Don't Nod always makes incredible stories. Vampire is like one of my least favorites from them, and it was still swimming.
Still
it was
pretty
still
good.
Really
I mean, it
solid.
wasn't. Yeah.
The story was amazing.
Yeah. Sick vibes.
Yeah.
Cool story. Visuals were neat in that one. I remember.
And they've been cooking on this one for a while. And I just like everything I've seen from it. Every single thing. I want, like you were saying, I want this to be their like next franchise.
Yeah.
You know?
Because like the little snippets of combat we see, Hellblade might be right. Because it feels like
for sure.
Like it doesn't feel like full on Souls like combat.
Not
it
like
feels,
God of War enemies coming.
No,
Yeah.
it feels like
One at a time,
you do
maybe
this,
two.
and this, and then the thing is dead, and that's kind of how you do it for everybody.
Yeah.
Which is fine when it's fine. I'm just
Cautiously optimistic.
cautiously
about that one, for
optimistic about Banishers. Yeah, I really, really, really want it to be good.
Sure. Definitely, it could go the way of the 6 or the way of the 8.
Hell yeah.
Like easily. It's on the razor's edge.
It's Schrodinger's review score.
I mean, like combat does look pretty complicated at parts. I mean, firing guns, using spells, like fighting multiple. I thought it was like just one-on-one fights, but like they're multi-enemy fights, environmental stuff. It looks a little bit more involved. I'm watching a gameplay overview trailer because
Nice.
I know we saw a trailer recently that showed us some gameplay.
Yeah.
Well, they show like the interface as well. They have like you have gear. You have like gear. You have
Shoot, how
accessory,
did I
left
miss that
side
trailer?
gear,
That's
accessories, rings. You have stats. You have attributes like strength, dex, willpower,
Like Greenfall
wisdom,
vibes.
Oh, okay.
and then like you have like a weapon wheel or a skill wheel that you can like pick from. And then I guess like in the story, like your choice stuff, like there's multiple things you can do, like the spirits. So you can like banish them or send them
That
like
don't not
so you can like send them like to hell or like something like
Can you
stuff like
collect them
that.
and gain powers or anything like that? Is there any element like that?
It didn't like I can't hear it. I'm just like watching and I can only see what's on screen. But yeah, they're like boss fights too. But like it seems like you can
bosses
call
are
in your
crazy.
partner during your ghost partner at some points to assist
Bonds.
in some way.
Cool. Okay.
Yo, Ghost
Yeah.
Bonds.
And then
Ghost bonds,
10 out of 10
there's like a
bonds.
skill.
bring her
There's
back?
skill trees. There's a lot of shit. I feel like.
It looks cool. And
Yeah.
like
You'll
someone
be
in
able
chat
to
was
bring her
saying,
back, but you'll have to like kill a lot of people or something to do it.
dude,
Some
what if it
shit.
has like that like a well, I won't say because it's a spoiler, but like what if there's like a twist where it's like you think you're banishing these spirits for like good reasons, but really you just have to kill enough to bring your wife back.
Yeah.
Like that'd be kind of fucking
Hell yeah.
that'd be
Don't
metal.
Nod goes there.
Yeah. But yeah, BB Boy in chat was saying like colonial era like fantasy combat like this like 1600s or whenever the hell this is 1700s. Just judging by the hats. Like it's cool. I don't know time period. Anyway. Next up also on February 13th Don Casanova, tell me about Fight Crab 2.
I don't know anything about this, honestly, but I love what I see. Didn't we play this?
We've played
Blood
Fight Crab,
was a big fan, right?
Blood was curiously obsessed with Fight Crab, and we were all like, okay, Blood.
He was obsessed with this. I don't know.
It was fun.
At first, I was going to just pass this off, but it looks fun, and it looks fun as hell. I mean, this looks like a kind of game you could just boot up with anyone. They don't even have to play games. You're going to have some fun together, especially the little weapon mechanic
They're
of it.
building like tanks and shit now?
Like it's just absolute ridiculousness.
Vehicles, okay.
And it looks like you can attach multiple weapons and stuff to your frag. Just wait till a couple of these. Look at this sequence that comes up.
It's your
right
standard
here.
crab-based physics
humans on your
game.
crab.
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah, they've
look at
added
this
humans
training.
now.
Look at the train. Isn't that good?
Yeah, like humans
I love the training
pilot the
sequence.
crabs like mechs now.
Look at
It's
all these
hilarious.
Like some kind of inverse Ratatouille.
Yeah.
Crustacean Ratatouille.
A nice, I mean, it's obviously like there's a lot of jank here, but it looks like fun jank.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Like the
not
first
always
one.
on board
Yes.
with just janky, like
like how
ridiculousness, but
Some of
Wait
the
a
humans are
second.
like robot mannequins, and some of them are like anime waifus. It's like, okay, what's
Yeah,
happening?
was there? There's like a Harvest Moon part. What is this? With this video with an
Training
anime girl
montage.
and like at a farm.
Yeah.
What you got?
Crab too,
You got
dude.
T-Rex skull
Yo,
heads
animes
for your
and farms
for your crab
are
claws.
meta for sure.
Hidden depths.
that training montage was the thing that put it over the top for me. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm in now.
Hidden
Yeah.
depths of Fight Crab 2. Also, same day
There's
as
a lot in this.
Ultros. Then on February 14th, RZ, the Jewel of Faramore. Michael Damiani and Don Casanova want to talk about this. I'm saying full names because I'm seeing initials, and I have to think out who's DC. Oh, Don Casanova. Tell me about this, Damiani. Go ahead.
It's a spiritual successor to the CDI Zelda games.
Oh, that's right. That's this one.
This is this game, and
I'm jazzed
it's
for
like
this.
got like the Philips CDI like boot up parody and everything.
Yeah.
It's got like the same animated hand drawn shit,
And it's just
trying to
intentionally awful
but-
looking. Yeah.
but it might actually play better. I think it might not make it completely miserable for everybody.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
The gameplay looks like very serviceable comparatively.
Serviceable.
To
Compared to Zelda 2,
It
yeah.
looks serviceable. Does look
sure.
serviceable.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it has the original voice actors of Link and Zelda from the CDI games.
What?
that's
Are
badass.
doing voice work for this. Yeah.
Dude, okay.
That's incredible.
This is a love letter.
yeah.
Oh my god, that's so jolly. They have
That's
them in
so
the
cool.
trailer, the live action of the voice act. Dude, I'm on board. I honestly had a really good time playing that on stream. That game was upsetting, dude.
So here's my take. Their heart is so in the right place,
Hell
but
yeah.
this is my fizzle.
Oh,
I'm
no.
sorry to say, because when you do something like this, Damiani, when you go back and remake something that has this just notorious reputation, it reminds me of the Duke Nukem thing or something. You just have to pull it off as a good game. It can't just be a funny little gag that's okay. It actually has to be like the gameplay, that side platforming stuff. That would just need. It's okay if it's simple, but it would have to be fun. And I'm really questioning how fun it's going to be. It looks a little bit clunky, and just like you were saying, maybe serviceable. Like we don't even know. Like maybe when it's in your hand, it'll feel okay, but it doesn't really look okay at this point to me. And so like if you're gonna redo a game like that, I think the expectations are like, it can't just be a joke and another bad game. It actually has to be fun, and it's actually really hard to pull off because you got to be like, the humor has to be right. It has to be like tongue in cheek, but not. It's like a really hard thing to do. So I think it's admirable what they're doing, but I'm very worried about it. I think the expectations for something like this are pretty high, actually, because it just has such a weird cult status. So I'm hoping I'll be very wrong, but that's my fizzle. So I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, who's to say? It looks.
Who's to say?
It's hard to tell with something like this where it's like, okay, is this entirely a joke? Is it a love letter? Is it like, I don't imagine they're making fun of it like hatefully. It seems like they're
Oh, it's a love letter for sure.
Yeah. Same day, February 14th. Oh, that's Valentine's Day, actually. Solium Infernum, which is being developed by League of Geeks and Cryptic Comet, which are the people who made Armello, and I believe recently had to shut down production on Jumplight Odyssey. That really cool looking. Am I completely making that up? No, I think that was correct. Chat, tell me if that's right. They had some kind of thing going on. Yeah, some bummer. That's correct. Okay, yeah, they had some bummer news about that recently. So, wondering how this will fare, because this is like a remake of a game from 2009, maybe a while back. It looks cool. I don't know.
Yeah,
I like
you really
Armello
like
a lot.
Armello, yeah.
No, I could never get anyone to play with me. Then also on that same day, a perfect Valentine's treat: Tomb Raider 1 through 3 remastered. Ooh, I hope those tank controls. Ooh, I love.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna change those or not.
Yikes.
Yeah, I mean, I loved Tomb Raider growing up, but
I love remasters. I love that these are,
and you can switch, I think, in real time. The graphics, which is cool.
Between the visuals.
Like very legendary franchise, obviously. Anytime games can be preserved, even by remaster. I call remasters preservation for
They've
sure.
got modern controls and tank controls. Chat
So modern controls, that helps, because I've brought it up before, but I think I've never had more of a miserable time than when I interned at Game Trailers. To capture these games for the Tomb Raider retrospective. They did not hold up.
I love that.
Oh, they did not hold up. They were so rough. Combat was jank. Controls were jank. Everything was like dark and confusing in a bad way. It was just not. They were just not fun to play.
Dude, those caves in Terminator 1 get
just
very samey and very just like, where was I? Who am I? Where am I? Yeah.
The jumping is insanely bad, but modern controls, that might help things.
The classic Lara Croft, like, turn 3/4, stop in place, figure out where you are,
back
aim,
up a little
raise your hands, back up a little bit, jump forward, try again. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's so
painful.
good. It's so
rough.
good.
So painful.
Yeah. But like as the whole franchise, obviously, like, so important to the industry, and like, obviously the new trilogy, diminishing returns for me. I know Don disagrees a little bit, but I'm excited for like a new Tomb Raider. I want to see what's next coming up. But this is cool too.
I mentioned this before, but the new games, beyond having very reusable trailer footage for the Game Trailers days, the sound design was like, I remember Omar was playing it when Omar and I still lived together, and like the volume was at the perfect like level where all I could hear was Lara's like effort and death sounds. I did not think he was playing a video game. Let's just say that. Like, overhearing it from the other room, I was like, yo, shut your door, bro. Like, what's happening?
Watching in there?
Yeah, I like went in there. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? And I was like, oh, you're playing. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Top 10 video game rumors of all time, Damiani. Did you ever do like a pop facts on that?
Oh, new
her in
Lara?
a barrel or something? Remember that?
The barrel. I did the.
Oh, the
nude
barrel
thing.
costume?
Yeah. Because that was
nude
fake or
cover.
real, the barrel? The barrel was fake, right?
I think the nude and the barrel.
The nude and the barrel was fake. Yeah. Did you ever
the
do?
barrel was the costume in 2 that was like the evolution of the nude code,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I have vague memories of the
crazy.
barrel. The
I just remember
nude
that-
code rumors were huge
Yeah.
back in the day.
Just like in the back of magazines, people like just.
I remember that PSM, yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, she got a hard time, Lara, in the new ones. She had a rough couple of weeks.
For sure.
February 16th, we got Mario versus Donkey Kong. That looks cute.
Yep.
Then
Remake of the GB one.
Yeah.
Always down.
Then on the same day, it's gonna change history, baby. It's gonna. We're all gonna be ashamed.
Oh God.
It's S&B, baby. Skull and
Hell
Bones.
yeah.
Don, take it away.
Well, I have a very sad thing to say.
Here we go. He's back.
actually.
We knew it. We
He's
knew
backing
it.
out.
We sniffed
No,
this,
listen.
dude.
Backing
Hey,
out.
now
What a
listen,
coward.
listen,
What a
listen.
coward.
We sniffed this from a
listen.
year and a half ago, dude.
This is like Don.
Yes.
This is like. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Don. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead, Don.
Go
I
ahead,
want to say
Don.
what I'm about to say.
I don't want to say what I'm about to say any more than anyone else wants to hear. I gotta unfortunately get off the Skull and Bones bandwagon. I'm getting off the there's a big bandwagon.
There's no bandwagon.
Look, I'm hopping
The
off.
bandwagon sunk into the ocean 4 years ago, Don.
Oh, it breaks my heart to say I'm hopping off. I didn't want to. I thought their last delay was a mistake to February. They should have pushed it, multiple years. They weren't going to do it. I'm watching the beta stuff. Obviously they didn't let me in, this and that. And it's just not for me ultimately.
They did you dirty. They should have let you into the beta.
And that's obviously not the reason it's not a personal thing like that. It's not a vendetta. It's just that the game doesn't look super fun anymore to me. And
looks the same.
When did it look the most fun?
So
No.
Are there too few HUD elements now? Is that the problem? What's up,
The
Damiani?
trajectory with this. I'm about to make a comparison here for you, Don. It's very apt here.
Go ahead.
You and Skull and Bones is like the Eagles, the Philadelphia Eagles.
What's wrong with
Riding
the
high
Eagles?
for so long,
What's wrong
and
with-
then all of a sudden, like the Eagles are kind of like losing the last
Now
few
hold
games,
on,
and now
Damiani.
Skull and
This
Bones
has
doesn't
nothing
look
to
good.
I'm not off of any Eagle bandwagon. What are you talking about? The Eagles. I'm not. There's nothing to worry about with the Eagles.
You
There's
forsook the entire NFL.
The league is corrupt. The Eagles are a beacon of light among a dark harbor of corruption. Okay, not every entity within the NFL. Unfortunately, the Eagles are one of the last pure. Operating franchises within the league. A lot of these teams are celebrating this corruption. I mean, did you see last Saturday's game, Damiani? There's a celebration of corruption happening among some of these fan bases, which is disgusting. I told my pop 5 weeks back, the Eagles got this pass interference call against that Chiefs game. I said, that was a bad call, Pop. That was a really bad call. They should make that right, okay? So I'm not here celebrating bad calls, corrupt calls. Damiani, there's corruption from the top down in the league. Am I still an Eagles fan? Yeah. Are they still going to fight through the muck and do their best to win the Super Bowl like they deserve to win? They'll do what they can do, Damiani.
Yo, Skull
Why
and Bones
don't
is
you
fighting through
have
the
that
muck.
faith in Skull and Bones like this? Like, why don't you think maybe it was some
Fair weather
corruption
fan,
that got
Look,
the
the Eagles just need to
gaming
retool
industry
a couple
corruption
little
got to
things.
Skull and Bones?
The Eagles
Some
need
gaming-
to retool a couple of little things. Skull and Bones, unfortunately, it's off course.
Okay.
It's drifted off course a little bit, okay? So I'm depressed saying it, but
They lost sight of the North Star for sure, Don.
yeah. So
I knew this. I knew this was gonna. I knew.
Oh, we
it.
all called this.
For years.
I
I've been
could've
saying. I
never-
guarantee I'm gonna play more Skull and Bones than Dawn.
And then we would always follow that up with Don ain't gonna play that game.
Up until about a week ago, Huber, I would have said you're wrong, but now I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to play this game. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if I'm going to
3-player co-op, Don. I need a crewmate, dude. I'm gonna be the big tank class.
I'll play with you.
I need some support out there.
I watched a couple of hours of this in just, and I just, this is it, Huber. This is the thing that's funny.
Yeah.
Skull and Bones is like the Ubisoft formula at its worst.
Yeah.
It feels
Wow.
like. And
Damning words.
Avatar in Explorer mode is at
Yeah.
its best. And the thing is, an Explorer mode won't work. You can't put an Explorer mode in Skull and Bones. What it is, right? It just
Yeah.
won't work. So
You're
it
just
is.
drifting around looking for prey.
Right? Yeah, you can't do it. So it's the opposite of that. So
I mean, we have to stream Skull and Bones when it comes out, right?
Oh, we're streaming
We
Skull and
gotta
Bones.
stream the fuck out of this thing. Like that's a group stream.
I want to be number one NA. Straight up.
top of the leaderboards,
Yeah.
dude. King of the Empire, top of the rock,
yeah,
dude. Yeah.
I'll give it a try, but I don't know. Hopefully, we'll get a code or something.
Let's hope we get like 6 codes.
Yeah,
and
let's
then,
hope.
And then we'll all become the top 6 leaderboard NA. February 20th, my sister's birthday.
Nice. Happy birthday.
The
almost.
Thaumaturge comes out.
Nice.
I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah,
It
yeah, me
looks
too, me too.
cool. February 22nd, Last Epoch.
Epoch.
And then Slave Zero X, which Don wants to talk about. What's this one, Don?
Didn't we play this one together? I think you and I maybe played this.
Me?
I think it was either a group stream or you and I played it together. I just wanted to call some attention to this game. I know we definitely played it. I can't remember. I think it was you and I played it. It's this retro sort of side-scrolling action
Sick.
game with a samurai sword
Yeah,
and
dude.
everything.
Sick.
It's just, I wanted to call it out because by no means was it a perfect game. It had some tough, rough, what I'd call rough edges, but it just visually, especially, is so unique.
Yeah, it looks
and it's
awesome.
such a cool, weird retro. It's like you've got all these weird 2D and 3D elements being mixed together, and like just this bizarre retro look at a really cool sound. Scape, I guess you'd call it, from what I remember. Do you remember this now, Isla?
Chat says that was Blood. I don't think I was there that day. It was a demo stream.
Okay, I forgot where. Yeah. So anyway, we had a little bit of fun. We had some fun with it. It did have some rough edges, but it seemed like it had a lot of potential. So
Looks like Shinobi cross Splatterhouse.
Yeah.
that's a good way to describe it, Huber. It's like
Looks neat.
really cool art design, and I love it's hard to tell as much, I guess, on the trailer, but when you're playing it, the way everything shifts in the background with these weird angles and the parallax with the
the graphical style looks very cool to me.
it's
Like
nothing like I've really.
what is that? Like kind of Dreamcasty sort of a vibe,
It's
or
just
like
nothing
Genesis.
like I've ever
Genesis?
exactly seen. Right, it's a little bit of a matchup of a few things.
Yeah,
so-
it's a pastiche of various eras of gaming.
Yeah,
Great
I don't know,
shit, Don.
I don't know
Good
how
job,
much that
Don.
one's gonna pay off, but I want to call some attention to it because it looked so unique, and I was fun for I don't know, we played it for a little
Hell
while,
yeah, Don.
20 or 30 minutes.
Well, you
so
won't be playing Skull and Bones, so you can
I'll
dive
have
into
some
that.
free time on my hand.
Don, seriously?
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing that game up.
Yeah.
All right.
That's day one.
Nice.
I'm day one on that.
Hell yeah.
Next up, Nightingale, coming out on February 22nd. I'm looking it up because there's a few of these.
I feel
No,
like
not
there's
the- not the
17
bird.
games named Nightingale.
Yeah, there's a few of these that I'm like, wait, which one is this? Is this the like one where you go
crafting
through
game, right?
portals and it's like a different world every
Yes,
time? And like,
yes,
okay, yeah, this game
yes,
looks kind
it's
of
that
cool
one.
to me. I think this game could be fun. I am cautiously optimistic on Nightingale. Who's to say?
Is that early access or full release set?
Let's see. It says 22nd. It's in full early access right now.
Nice.
You can request
it's right
access
now.
right
It's early
now.
access.
Sweet.
Expected release date February 22nd, 24.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know. Looks cool.
Cool.
Next up is Open Roads, also February 22nd. Then there's one that I know we've been looking forward to quite a bit. Pacific Drive.
So hyped.
Pacific
So hyped.
Drive.
God, I'm hyped on this game. Beyond hyped. This is like in my top 3 hyped of the year.
I
I'm
am
so hyped.
Very excited for this game. And I mean, full disclosure, like a good friend of mine is writing on this game. And I've met a few of the other staff and other things. So, you know, I know the people making it, but like some of them. But yeah, this this is like so in my wheelhouse. It's like not even funny.
I'm
Like
so excited.
it like literally is Area X, like Annihilation stuff, like
Annihilation.
and like sick ass like upgradable,
Yeah.
like rough and tumble, like post-apocalyptic vehicle, dude. Like Mad Max in a station wagon. Like,
Yeah.
it just seems so weird. I mean, this game could suck. It could get boring. I don't know, but like I am really hyped for it. I really, really hope it's cool. Like I hope it doesn't get repetitive or anything.
Yeah, it is 100% my vibe. I'm loving working on your car.
Yes.
Yeah, like, the way you treat the car and just the exploration. Like it's just such a cool premise that like you're driving this car out there, you got to patch it up, fix it up, and then also what freako horrors are you
Yeah.
going to discover out there? I don't know. And like, you know, a lot of that hinges too on like what you find, what it all leads to is really important. Like there's a lot of things that need to go right for this game to be epic as hell.
Yeah.
But everything I've seen so far has me so hyped. I'm so excited about this game.
And like graphically, I like the look of it and the feel of it. I mean, I love weird fiction, which is stuff like Annihilation and things like that, where it's like horror adjacent, but more just kind of like strange. Yeah, I'm very, very excited for that
So hyped.
game.
I'm so hyped.
Yes.
It's like I don't know if there's like roguelite shit to it. It looks like you can like fail.
I
and-
think they at one point, yes, I think
Yeah.
they've said that. I think they at one point called it a road-like,
A
which I think is
roguelike,
very
exactly,
funny.
Yeah. So
I think
I'm obsessed with that genre.
I think you go out into the exclusion zone or whatever the hell
Mm-hmm.
it's called, and you can collect. You're trying to collect data on the different kind of like weirdnesses, and then there's
Yeah.
like that red zone thing that comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I get the idea that it's, you are in the garage, you go out, and then you either find another garage or you go back to that, and like you're going out in it.
I'm just excited to like run people down in my little wagon car. Like,
I don't think there are a lot of people in there.
Freaking like ghost,
weirdos.
Ghost monster pops up, run them down.
Yeah, I get the impression from trailers and things they've said that they're more like mechanical. Like there's like
if you
balls
crash
of
into
metal.
it, your car's just gonna like blah.
Yeah, there are some of them that are like mannequins. There's some of them that are like balls of metal that are like electrical, and they'll connect to your car to like try to steal the electricity from your car. Stuff like that. So I don't know if it's. I mean, maybe there are ghosts and stuff. There are things that burrow through the ground. It looked like. Yeah, I don't know.
Stay on the roads.
Stay on the road.
Stay on the road. Don't wander off too much. But all the good shit's probably
all the
off
good
the
shit's
path.
probably off the path. Yeah, you probably got to go off the road.
And it's scary. It reminds me of Days Gone in a way with your little bike. Like you don't want to go too far from it.
Yeah.
Because if you get caught out there on foot, you gotta get back to your car. You're gonna get chased down. Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Like the Mad Max game. People liked that game. I only played it for a few
Mad
hours.
Max is the best 7 ever made.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I remember you and Jones really liking it.
Yeah.
Also, February 22nd, Sons of the Forest. Is that related to the forest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Follow up. It's been in early access for a while.
For a while, yeah. February 28th, Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons remake.
Hell yeah.
I mean,
10 out of 10
that's an all-timer, dude. That's a great game.
10 out of 10. That is an all-timer.
Like,
really excited for a new generation to play this game.
Yeah.
That's what these
what
remakes,
is there to
remasters, re-releases are all about.
Like, meaningful mechanics. I'll just say that. Like, a game mechanic has never made me feel emotional before, like it did in that game.
Totally.
Phenomenal game.
Yep.
Also that same day, Star Wars Dark Forces remaster.
So sick.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hey,
What's that, Damiani? Just saying.
Just cool that they're using their whatever tech they're using to like upscale it to like 4K and stuff like that.
Cool.
I don't know if it's like like how they're doing it, if it's like AI, one of the good uses of AI, like upscaling stuff.
Shout out to Kyle Katarn. Put him in the live action.
Katarn.
Dude,
Put him in live
Kyle
action.
Katarn.
Get him in there, dude.
Dash Rendar and Kyle Katarn need to hang out in the cantina.
And Cal Kestis. Get them all live action.
Yes.
Let's go. All of them.
Bring the cameo and Outlaws. Make it happen. Make it happen.
Every character with an alliterative name, they just get to meet up. Then there's nothing else coming out in February. That's weird. That's it. That just ends on a couple of remakes.
Oh, yeah.
And nothing else comes out.
Yeah, just some remakes. No big drama.
No other remakes, no other huge giant things come out in February that are going to change everything forever. Yeah.
Fucking hyped.
Anyway, it's Rebirth. February 29th.
Obviously.
Final Fantasy VII
sizzle.
Rebirth.
It's boring, but it's my sizzle, of course. This is like the game of the fucking year right here coming out. One of, at
we
least.
shall see. Yeah. Who's to say?
Like, playing part 1, playing intermission. They don't miss. Like, and everything we've been waiting for, too, with like the open world in this one now.
Yeah.
Like, my anticipation is that this is going to make part 1 seem like a demo. That is where my hype levels are at.
I mean, this is where the game opens up after Midgar anyway. So it's like, even in the OG game, this is the shift where the game feels like huge and crazy and way different.
Yeah, this is it. This is it. This is the moment we've been waiting for.
I am extremely curious if they will even dare to allow you to go back into Midgar.
Oh my God.
Like at some point. Because the OG
That's
game
such an
allowed you
interesting
to like
thought.
go back at some point. It was a whole thing about finding a way to get back in early, like the key and stuff. I am curious if that'll be possible in part 2. Part 3, they got it. I mean, they got to go back, but yes, I wonder if they'll do any kind of like secret side quest or something that'll let you get like back into like maybe part of it. And there are shots that show it already. So, I mean, I think we're going to, like, Zach shots are in there. So, I think you're going to just be in there anyway. So, like, they have it rendered. So, I don't think it's too far-fetched to think that Cloud and friends will have a chance to go back there, like, in an optional secret thing.
God, Jesus Christ.
God, I'm so ready for this, dude.
And
it's
Gold
gonna be so
Saucer,
good.
baby.
Gold Saucer, dude.
Losing all my gil.
Gold Saucer.
All the gil will be gone.
My God.
When they offer that, like,
Oh,
lifetime
my God.
pass... I better have enough gil for that lifetime pass when they
Start
offer that
saving,
at the beginning, 'cause
Damiani.
you could bu-
Start
'cause if it's
saving
not,
now.
I am going to grind until I get that.
Yeah, dude.
I was trying to like,
Oh my god.
I haven't replayed 7 since the old days. I'm trying to. How do I say this without spoiling anything? I wonder how weird this one will get.
Very weird.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy's fucking weird, dude.
But yeah, it's already got weirder than ever before. So yeah, it's gonna start weird.
Yep.
Oh, dude,
Edgelord Vincent
dude.
Valentine.
Ah!
King
What
Edgelord.
the fuck?
The
Dude?
original Edgelord.
Oh my god, he invented edging
Yeah.
and lording.
Yep. The original. And Sephiroth. too, I
Yeah.
guess.
I mean, every fucking character in this game is an edgelord. What are you talking about? Cloud is like the ultimate edgelord. They're all edgelord. They're all like different flavors of edgelord.
Yeah.
And then the women
Playing
are like, "What the hell's going on?"
Kate Sith, you control Kate Sith.
Yeah,
It's
and like
Spinning little Moogle thing.
red on a
Just like
fucking
with a cat.
chocobo, dude.
Yes.
Chocobo, apparently, whatever.
I refuse.
I'm
I refuse.
pronouncing everything the way I want
refuse.
to.
Same.
I refuse.
That's
I
right.
refuse.
Yep.
You did this, Ben
It's Kate Sith. It's Chocobo, or it's Chocobo. Now I forgot what I even say. I've always said Gil, but I'm gonna switch it to Jill just to be annoying.
The hype seems so much more than even when Part 1 came out, and that was one of the most hyped games like of all time in this industry. I feel like this will be the highest selling Final Fantasy game of all time.
Flower Lord.
What do you think, Tamiani? I feel
Well,
like this is the most hyped
It
anyone
needs to
has
be
ever been.
No. So it needs to be multi-platform to probably
Yeah,
achieve
you're right.
that.
You're right. You're right.
I was
We
gonna
already
ask,
know-
is it
yeah.
PS5 only
Great
at
call.
first?
Great call.
It is a up to 3-month window of
Great call.
exclusivity. I think is what it's at right now. Is what we know. It's guaranteed. At
Money
least 3
was
months.
exchanged.
Money was
But-
exchanged.
in a back alley.
I mean,
Final
that's
Fa-
great for Sony. I
OG,
wonder how
yeah.
great that is for Square, but
The best-selling ones are OG FF7 and Final
Yeah.
Fantasy X. Are their best ones. So
dude, 10 is
this
great.
could be pretty big. But if they can get out the other versions within the year somehow,
Yeah.
then it could do very well.
because this had a huge resurgence when it hit PC and everything, right? Didn't it?
Oh yeah.
The first part, I mean.
Because the PC version came out around when Intermission Integrate came
Yeah,
out.
yeah, and
So,
the PS5 upgrade.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just going to be really
Yep.
interesting to see that open world in action for this game. That is the biggest thing. It's what we've all been hyped on, but that is
Well,
that
it's
is
not
such a different
Open world, just so you know.
Yeah, not
It's
explicitly.
like large scale environments.
16
they said they
vibes.
want
Open
they made that
field.
clear.
Open
Yeah.
field. Still, that is like such a
Well-
different vibe and such a different pace and tone versus Part 1. And Part 1 was so tight. It was so focused. Like,
There was one chapter that could have, like 13, what was it?
I love it all.
ditched
That's a
that,
perfect
whatever.
game. I refuse.
Okay.
So yeah, Part 2. We will see how that translates into just the storytelling and just the general playing of this game.
I love how they're switching things up.
Yep.
Very interested to see what happens
Totally.
in this one.
Totally.
If you are enjoying this podcast, follow us on social. Take a second to like and subscribe, and ring that bell so you get notified. It helps us and you stay connected. And when you like our videos, it really helps the channel out. Leave comments, positive or negative. It helps us either way. So whatever you do, you're helping us. So
Both.
whatever. Engagement is engagement. And also patreon.com/EZA. Next up is March. We got some good ones coming in March, baby. March 5th, The Outlast Trials. Michel Hubert. Finally
Fucking
coming out for realsies, huh?
Hyped. Yo,
Because this has been early access for a minute,
You ready
yeah.
for this? You ready for me to get everyone hyped out there?
I'm hyped. What's up?
A little bird named Kyle Bossman.
Who?
This little bird man named Kyle Bossman
Bosser?
texted me and he was like, "Yo, when Outlast Trials comes out, you want to play?" I was like, I almost had a heart attack.
This does not seem like a Kyle Bosser game.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
He will have things to say.
It's going down, dude. It's going down. No, I'm so hyped for Outlast. This has been in early access for a bit.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite horror franchises of all time. It has the best jump scares you will ever experience. I hope you're into jump scares, because that's what Outlast is all about.
They do traffic and jump scares.
But underneath, the first one, the mental asylum aesthetic and all that shit is like a really cool evil corporation story about experimentation and like weaponizing shit, kind of like Umbrella. And then 2 gets all weird and like totally different setting.
2 gets weird.
They're all weird, yeah. But then 2, but still, that underlying corporation, and now we're going back in time. This is a prequel, and it's co-op, which is really cool. Outlast has been single player, but there's really only been Outlast 1 and 2, and the Outlast DLC, The Whistleblower.
Yeah.
So
have you jumped into this, or are you saving yourself?
No, I've been waiting. I'm waiting.
Saving yourself for marriage.
Yes, because
for 1.0.
Because I love Outlast. It's some of the best horror there is on the market. I truly believe that. Again, it is that there's so many different types of horror, and this is more graphic, shocking, jump scare type horror.
Yeah.
So if you're into that, I feel like Outlast is the gold standard. So hyped on this one.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
March 8th, we got Homeworld 3. I'm excited for that. I hope it's good. I don't know. Homeworld has always been real complicated and real fun. 3-dimensional combat in space, baby.
Mm-hmm.
March 8th, a lot of people are very excited for Unicorn Overlord.
Unicorn Overlord.
Yeah.
It's got a great name.
Yeah.
That's a 10 out of 10 title.
I mean, it's yeah. I don't know.
Have I told you that I sometimes, it's like parasocial relationships, right? Have I told you that sometimes I think unicorns are real?
I'm familiar with those. What?
Sometimes I think unicorns are real.
The fuck does that have to do with parasocial relationships?
No, just because
what?
Just because they're always around. They're in media, they're in games, they're in movies, they're everything. Unicorns are so like everywhere all the time that I just feel like they're real sometimes. It's insane.
That's not what parasocial relationships means.
Well,
I kind of get what you're.
Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. But once in a while, I'll be like, oh, unicorns are actually not real. Shit.
That they aren't.
I know.
Alas.
I know.
They
should be, though.
I hope this game is good. I mean, it feels like it's trying to fill the tactics void. Hopefully, I don't know. Is it? Will it? Can it? Can anything?
Everything can.
Everything can.
You gotta be optimistic. You gotta hope.
Yeah.
If it's made with passion,
there's
there's always a chance.
I'm not great at letting myself experience hope, Huber.
Hope is a dangerous thing.
Yeah, hope is a disease. I don't know.
I think it's gonna be sick. With a name like that, they're onto something. I wish unicorns are real. Shit.
Maybe they are, dude. I don't know.
Maybe they are, Maybe.
Maybe anything.
You ever think they're real, chat? You ever are just like, you can stop yourself? It only lasts for like a fleeting moment. Like, oh wait, unicorns are actually not real.
Yeah, I haven't thought about that in a long time, Hugh, but I just I think I'm on the same thing. I sort of accepted. I never even started thinking they were fake anymore.
I love it. Seriously. They're just so prolific, man. They're just everywhere. It just seems real.
Either the Robo Damiani froze or he's
he's like, what are you talking about?
March 15th, Outcast, The New Beginning. March 20th, Alone in the Dark, dude.
Yes.
I am hopeful for this.
So you are hoping.
Huh?
You have hope.
No.
You have hope.
I'm experiencing a string of feelings I cannot identify for this game. They have smartly, I think, moved this little bastard out of the way of several other gigantic releases.
Yeah.
Probably wisely. Can't move it too many more times because there's a couple of huge hitters right around this one again. But
yeah,
Huber, I don't know. Talk to me.
Let me talk to you. That's a WWE bit.
Oh, I knew.
Okay.
I didn't.
Okay. I am so optimistic about this game.
Yeah.
With certain expectations, though. I mean, this is not Remake 4. This is not Cap Gods operating at their peak power.
Yeah.
But this...
Perhaps not as high a budget as that game.
Definitely not as high a budget as that game. Alone in the Dark, though, is like my origin
Hell yeah.
to survival horror. That is
yeah.
what I grew up with.
That freaking bat, dude.
The freaking dog in the attic that I
Yeah.
could like never kill
Oh yeah.
in my life.
As a
And
child, I was like, I'm terrified and I can't do this.
I can't. We could only get like 20 minutes into
Oh,
the game.
same. But I loved it.
Loved it.
I was horrible at it.
It was all about.
I don't even know what's outside of that room. I don't think I've ever made it outside of that room.
There's a part, Isla, where like you're just walking, and there's like not, maybe there is, I don't know, I was young, but like
Yeah, I
there's
was like
not even
6.
there's not even a tell, but you're just walking down the hallway and a trap door opens and it's game over.
I remember that would happen a lot in the old Alone in the Dark.
that's like that was old gaming. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the Alone in the Dark was just like you had to learn by. You're like, there's no way I would have known that, but now I know. I guess it's like
Yeah.
brutal.
Yeah.
I love
It's
David
called
Harbour.
fairness. Yeah. You what?
I love David Harbour.
Oh, of course.
Who is the lead, and then Jodie
Comer?
Comer, yeah. I never watched Killing Eve, but
I haven't either because I was going to, and then I heard that the lesbians were not pleased with the ending. So they were very pleased, and they were very not pleased. So spoilers, I guess, for Killing Eve. I don't know.
I love the vibe of this game, though, and that is one of the most important things with survival horror is the vibe. I love the setting. I love the location. I love that there's 2 different playable characters. You know, it's a game you're going to play through twice. It just really, it's all going to come down for me with this. I mean, I'm not expecting like the story to blow me away. It's really going to come down to the survival horror combat and resource management and puzzles. You know, the pillars of this genre, how that stacks up over the long term, how different that is with both characters. But I want to see this succeed. Alone in the Dark should succeed. We are in I mean, last year was really survival horror, but like I still feel like survival horror is so hot. From AAA all the way down to indie, survival horror is thriving. So,
I mean, there's like, for me, there's like that kind of cozy vibe to this kind of survival horror, and yeah, I'm really really hopeful about the story and like the exploration and like the weirdness of the world and like the puzzle solving. I don't know. I'm really hopeful.
I'm really hopeful about this game. Like I want this game to come out and then a month later everyone to just be like, "Yo, remember Alone in the Dark?
Yeah,
that shit was sick."
Yeah.
Like I want end of the year discussions to be like, "Yo, quick shout out to Alone in the Dark."
Yeah.
Like that is what we need. We want this to be good.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Then, March 22nd, a day that will go down in history. We've got Dragon's Dogma 2, we've got Princess Peach Showtime, and we've got Rise of the Ronin. What an insane day.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Holy shit.
Dragon's Dogma 2, dude. It's a masterwork. It's a masterwork.
It is. Masterwork's all.
You can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong.
Harpies Arisen. Listen, like
So
I
fucking
am like an epically huge fan of Dragon's Dogma 1. That game is absurd. That game is it's like it there's nothing like it, you know? It's like mommy's little B+, you know? Like I fucking love Dragon's Dogma. And Dragon's Dogma 2 is what they wanted to do.
Looks so much higher budget
from
Holy
the
shit.
beginning. Yeah. It was, and I've played like an hour and a half, 2 hours of this, and like it feels right, it looks right. It's the right kind of janky still. It's the right kind of weird still. You're not exactly sure what the hell's going on. Obviously, I was dumped kind of into the middle with various different characters, you know, so that probably contributes. But like, oh God, it's so right.
Hell yeah.
And I'm so excited for Dragon's Dogma 2 to blow everybody away.
Yeah.
Dragon's Dogma, dude. Dark Arisen. It's a flawed masterpiece with no flaws.
I agree. It's the best way to put it. I'm glad they didn't.
It's my sizzle and my fizzle, baby.
Yeah.
It's perfect. It's perfect in every way.
It is a sizzle and a mizzle.
It encompasses all states of being. It's not a 7. It's not a 10. It is every number on the scale.
It is.
Perfectly. It's in quantum superposition with itself. It cannot be observed. You cannot collapse the wave function of Dragon's Dogma. It cannot be comprehended. It cannot be beheld. It cannot be witnessed. It is the perfect entity.
I'm glad they kept the pawns around. I'm glad they didn't back down on that.
Pawns are sick.
Yeah, making it weird, like, or making it co-op or something. Like, I'm glad it's just more Dragon's Dogma with quadruple the budget.
Yeah. And just like technology has come far enough for them to actually achieve a lot of the stuff that they couldn't quite hit the mark on or had to leave out entirely in the first one.
Yeah.
So like these are ambitious games. Like they were out like shooting for the stars, you know. They were reaching really hard with the combat style, the grappling mechanics, like the huge open world.
Lighting and shit.
The
was
lighting,
always
oh my god.
Awesome in it.
Absolute darkness.
Yeah.
Like bring a fucking light source in Dragon's Dogma 1 and 2. They don't mess around. Nighttime is nighttime. You cannot, it's like not realistic. You cannot see.
Pitch black.
It's just pure darkness. Perfect video game. Anyway,
I would say out of every game, like even more than Final Fantasy, I am the most excited to grind Dragon's Dogma 2.
Hell yeah.
I am ready to loot and slay and hunt.
Yeah.
Like Final Fantasy, I'm in there for like the vibes, the story, obviously to level up and shit, of course, but like you
that's
know,
a story
gamble at
game.
Gold Saucer.
Yeah. Obviously
progress.
Everything about it is fun.
But like Dragon's Dogma, like I'm ready to just wander.
Yeah.
I'm ready to just wander around and hunt.
And coming back around to job systems, like Dragon's Dogma 1 and 2 have amazing job systems, very switchable, very intricate. Like Dragon's Dogma 1 has like some leveling stuff where it's like level to level 9 in this class and then level to level 20 in this class and then do this and this and take that skill from this class. And it gets like very complicated to min-max a good build for Dark Arisen, Bullet Sponge Hell.
I built my character so wrong. It was not good.
Without looking up guides, I feel like it's not possible to build your character right in Dragon's Dogma 1.
It was rough.
It's weird.
I attacked like with a two-handed sword so slow and it did like no damage. So not only was I attacking insanely slow, but every hit was like nothing.
I had for Dark Arisen, I had like a maxed out magic archer. And I fought a boss for an hour one time because it was such a bullet sponge. And I had ultimate survivability, like I have no problem, but like, perfect
I'm sure
game.
all that shit will be
perfect video game.
We'll streamline all that.
Dragon's Dogma, dude. Like it's one of those games where it's just like, mommy loves her baby. You can't not love her.
Yeah.
You can't not love it.
It's so lovable.
You know, like
It's
your
so
your kid
lovable.
comes home with a D in calculus, and you're just like, hell yeah, let's get ice cream. You know, like don't sweat it. You're never gonna use that shit anyway. Also very excited for same day Princess Peach Showtime. Damiani, talk to me about the outfits, Damiani. God damn it.
Yeah, this is a game that like is about obviously Princess Peach, who is stuck in a theater, and some bad guys have crashed the performance, and you have to step into various roles in order to advance in the game because the different like theaters you go, the different performance rooms you go into, each have a different theme, and they showed off like you can become a sword fighter. A martial artist, whatever the fancy word for chef is, I can't remember. Starts with a P. A detective, Detective Peach, Detective Pikachu, Detective Peach, and the gameplay changes based on the role you do.
I thought you were remembering the word detective for the P word for chef
like
for a second,
patisserie or
and I was
something.
like, that's definitely not right, Damian. It's not detective. Patisserie, maybe.
Is that
No.
what it is? Patisserie? Something with a P.
Shout out to the bear.
Yeah.
This game, Sorry to cut you off, Damian. I just thought that was funny.
It looks great because the different outfits, the different costumes give different like gameplay gimmicks. Like the martial artist, it did like close quarters combat, like Sifu style, like side camera angle, where like you're targeting points and stuff and trying to like win a fight. Whereas like so it looks like some of it looks a little bit like Klonoa style, where it's 3D, but like it's a fixed camera at all times. And like sometimes you're going upstairs, up like a castle, and sometimes you are on the stage literally, and props have to be destroyed in order, like there's like these vines you have to get through. But Peach's normal abilities wouldn't do it, so she'd become a sword fighter to like cut through. You have like a ribbon companion called Stella, who's the one who grants you all these powers, and I forget what the bad guys are called. But yeah, it's just another nice game showing Peach in action. Another big headline besides its original working title, which was ludicrous before it became this, was that they updated Peach's face to be closer to movie Peach, since, you know, whatever that, I don't know what that has to do with anything, but her face did get changed. It doesn't look the same as the traditional one. It looks like more in the direction, they looked like they moved it more in the direction of Anya Taylor-Joy's face a little bit in the live, not live action, the CG animated Anya.
Can you get a halberd?
Well, I don't know if you can get a halberd, but the sword fighter looked like a fencing,
rapier,
kind of more like a fencing rapier,
or foil, yeah. It looks so good.
Looks good.
I'm so hyped for that game. This is a big day. Like, I'm interested in all three of the games that come out on this day. Obviously, Dragon's Dogma's got to be my number one pick, but my number one guy. I forgot how stretched out he has that line delivery.
I love when you do that line.
I love it. But I forgot that because I recently saw a clip of it again, and he's like, never forget. You're my number one guy. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, say it.
My favorite is when the number one guy fucking like,
and he shoots him in the head.
no, when he like puts his gun over Jack Nicholson's behind him.
So that is so good.
That's like my favorite shot.
It's so badass.
So badass.
I wonder if they were calling back to that intentionally in Fury Road when I love that. This is one of my favorite character moments in Fury Road when he takes 2 shots. They have 3 bullets and he takes 2 shots, and then she's like watching him, and then she comes over and he just hands her the gun because he's like, "You're a better shot than me."
Can I quickly spoil the greatest joke I heard in Reacher season 2?
Yeah, night? I think that's probably going to be okay.
So,
Reacher season 2 spoilers, everyone.
So,
I know you care.
Wow, oh my god, my mind just went so blank.
Thinking about unicorns?
No, thinking about the T-1000. Robert Patrick. So Robert Patrick is in, the T-1000 is in Reacher season 2.
Okay.
And he gets a call from someone, and the person is like, yeah, I don't know, she's using aliases, blah, blah, blah. One of them's Sarah Connor. Who the hell is Sarah Connor? T-1000 is like, hell do I know? It's like, yo, that is a fucking nod. That is some meta nod. 10 out of 10. 2024, Terminator 2, best.
I was sitting here expecting a joke.
It was just funny.
It's a nod. It's a nod.
It is a funny nod.
That's like, it's a nod.
It's a funny nod.
It was him.
I got a better one for Huber.
It was him.
Last Action Hero, when Robert Patrick walks by the door of Arnold, that was funny because it's like, wait a second, what?
Or like in Maverick, when the Lethal Weapon, they look at each other and they're like, huh? Nah.
And they play the music from
I got
Lethal
the same
Weapon
vibes.
too.
All right, it's a visual joke then. You had to see it.
All right, maybe we had to be there.
Okay.
It's a humorous nod.
It's a humorous nod.
Okay.
Also on March 22nd is Rise of the Ronin, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Spila.
I'm very hyped. I love Ronin.
Yeah, you do.
I love samurai.
Robert De Niro, bro.
Yo. Sean Bean.
Sean Bean, dude.
I think the time period
I
of
just
this is
kicked your
sick.
ass with a cup of coffee.
Yeah, just the vibe, like, just, Ronin freaking being rogue.
this game
Like,
seems
you got
crazy.
your buddy in this too. I'm hyped for the bond. Like, will you stay friends? Will someone betray? Using swords and pistols.
Yeah.
I think is really
Feudal,
cool.
like, that first,
Because, like, Ghost of Tsushima, fucking sickest game ever, was really cool because it was like, he didn't want to have to utilize, like, the ninja techniques, being the ghost and, like, striking from the shadows was, like, not honorable.
Dishonorable, yeah.
Yeah. So I hope they do that in this with, like, using guns. Like, is that going to be... It doesn't seem like they'll go that deep with it, but it still is, like, just a really awesome time period and setting, and Team Ninja doesn't mess around. I hope it's a little more actiony than I hope it's more action, less grindy Souls like than Neo,
I love Neo.
I love Neo, but Neo is
Neo
like
2 fixed it.
Neo is
still
like
too long.
There's
Longest
a lot of
game on the planet Earth.
There's too much gear. There's too much loot.
Yeah, you're right.
Too many numbers
You're right.
in Neo. There's just way too much that bogs it down. I hope this is more focused.
Yeah, you're right.
So I'm
You're
hyped
right.
on that.
Last one, March 26th, South Park Snow Day.
Another South Park.
It's like an ARPG, right? Seems
Another.
cute. I don't know. Whatever.
Can you pee on snowballs?
Oh my God, you're definitely gonna be able to pee on the snowballs, aren't
Hell
you?
yeah. Hell yeah.
All right. Also this week, in Famitsu's New Year's column, Silent Hill series producer Motoi Okamoto confirmed that 2024 will be the start of new Silent Hill releases.
Here we go.
I think that they said that like delivery or something is
Yeah.
an important word for Silent Hill or something like that.
Look at this last 2 years, 2023, 2024. We got Dead Space,
Also
Resident
worth noting
Evil,
that-
Silent Hill, Alone in the Dark.
Worth noting
all-
that Ascension
Alan
is
Wake?
is considered a non-game media release.
Excellent. Good.
I mean, yeah.
Distance yourself from it, Silent Hill.
Honestly, yeah. Pretend it never happened.
Yeah.
Pretend it doesn't exist. Bury your
Is
head
it still
in...
going?
Yeah.
Like every day?
It's 6 months.
This is insane.
Yeah.
Just don't look at it in the eyes.
Don't look at it in the eye. I'm tempted to watch the whole thing when it's done. I'm tempted. Like, stream it.
I was farming berries.
I'm just here farming. I love berries.
It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm just getting some berries.
Ah. Yeah, it's part of Silent Hill canon. Berry Man.
Crazy.
Insanity. Jack Black will reportedly be starring as Steve in a live-action Minecraft movie due out in 2025.
The champion of gaming.
They've been barking up that Minecraft tree for years, I tell you.
My nephew's excited about that.
Hell yeah. Nephews everywhere are
Oh, that's
excited
a quick
about that.
bill.
Nieces and nephews.
That's the quickest
that's
bill
gonna-
at the
yeah.
box office you've ever seen,
That's
dude.
going to print,
Yeah.
for sure. Kotaku has an article which catalogs the various Activision Blizzard employees airing their grievances about Bobby Kotick now that he's gone. Check that out if you're into that sort of thing. Gone.
Good.
Steamboat Willie is in public domain now. That's an early version of Mickey Mouse. So various people and projects are doing various insane things with Mickey Mouse. Like John
Please don't-
Oliver's got one.
Yeah, please don't fall for that trash, like that Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey movie. Like,
Yeah.
don't support shit like that. Come on.
Yeah, and,
just
well,
like-
and there was a game that was renamed due to concerns about various dog whistles to nasty things. But it used to be called Infestation 88. They changed it to Infestation Origins. The people who made the game claim they didn't know anything about those things. It's just set in 1988, and that's what it's supposed to be about. But yeah, it's definitely one of those, like, I think they dropped it too. The Shadow dropped it, I think.
Jeez.
But like, it's,
Mickey Mouse.
the Steamboat Willie version of Mickey Mouse is public domain, so people can do what they want with it.
That is
Yeah.
funny. That
It's
is
funny. I
interesting.
mean, go for whatever.
'Cause, I just think of Mickey Mania, that first level, second level, Steamboat Willie and Mickey Mania. Shout out, 10 out of 10. Legitimately a 10. Mickey Mania.
Hell yeah.
Don't sleep on it. Came out 30 years ago.
Yeah, it's like, go, I'll get right on it. Mickey Mania tonight. Total Recall and Mickey Mania. The Guardian published a lengthy new interview with Shigeru Miyamoto, who talks about how he doesn't plan to retire anytime soon. He's not very involved in game design these days, so much as looking for other opportunities to expand Nintendo's influence and his involvement in films. Quoth, I am still very new to the movie industry, and I'm still learning, but I'm trying to read a lot of scripts these days and learn about how they are developed to see how we can create uniquely Nintendo films. Cute.
Full Hollywood.
I say,
Hollywood Miyamoto.
Sure, man, go
Yeah,
for
look
it.
at that.
If
Him and
smoke 'em
Kojima
if
are
you
doing
got 'em.
buds.
Yeah.
Dude. If him and Kojima like collaborated on a movie,
That's what I was just thinking.
what the hell is
Miyamoto
that?
would
Opposite.
never.
Yeah,
Miyamoto
they're
would
like
never.
opposite.
It's so
They need to be
interesting.
in an
Like
elevator on the way
Kojima
down from
Pikmin. I want to see
CAA or
Kojima's
something.
Pikmin or Kojima's Animal Crossing.
I like a fish out of water, like old snake on an Animal Crossing island. I would watch the fuck out of that. That would be so funny. He like sneaking around at first, and like all of the animals are all like scared. They think there's like a monster, and then it's just him. I might be being influenced by our fanfic, which had Doom Guy in a very similar situation.
Oh my god.
Well, maybe Miyamoto will go over to. Yeah, check it out. Maybe Miyamoto will go over to Studio Ghibli and make something Nintendo and Ghibli happen someday.
That would be sick.
They're doing a film now.
That'd be
sweet.
sick.
Do it. Make it happen.
That would be too sick.
Yeah, I'm down for that. I can get on board with that.
Yeah, I'm ready for that.
In a yearly prediction special for GamesIndustry.biz, analyst Dr. Sirkin Toto predicts that a Switch successor will release later this year at $400 with games costing $70. The next system is also likely to be an iteration rather than a revolution. He also doubles down on the reports that there was a Switch Pro that was in the works at one time and says that there were studios working with dev kits. More rumors.
It's 2024. It's official. You can start talking about Switch 2 rumors again. It's okay this year. It was not okay last year, but this year, it's back on, baby. All the rumors. You want to bring up Switch Pro? Bring it back up. It's time. I know you have this pent up rage for a year. You can let it out now.
Switch Pro, dude. Still alive.
For the first time in 34 years, NES Tetris has been beaten.
It's crazy.
13-year-old player Willis Gibson, known as Blue Scooty, managed to trigger a kill screen at level 157 using a recent controller technique called rolling that players have been developing and improving over the last 2 years. There's a great video about this. It's really interesting stuff. Some like UK news lady told him to go outside or some stupid shit. And I was like, all right, come on, calm down.
That's aggressive.
The kid just achieved something miraculous.
Yelling at clouds moment.
Yeah, ridiculous.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Don't sweat the small things.
Great stuff. Great stuff, Blue Scooty.
Yeah, shout out.
Yeah.
I love it. In 2023, more than 14,000 games were released on Steam. For comparison, 2,360 games launched on Switch in 2023. The most releases in a year for any console in the US. So that's the most ever released on a console, 2,360. Jeez. And it was, I think, the most ever on Steam. It was like 14,500.
I think there's a name for that.
Huh.
Cataclysmic wave of content.
For reference, Steam released 12,562 games in 2022, 11,389 in 2021, and 9,746 games in 2020.
More games.
So that's a pretty good jump.
It's insane.
Also, it's like the difference between Steam this year and Steam last year is like 1,900. It's almost as many games. The difference from last year and this year is almost as many games as were released on Switch.
That's so wild.
In 2023.
Wow.
Finally, a feel-good story. Larian Studios, it was discovered, paid a lovely tribute to a player's father. So this player had gotten to play Baldur's Gate 3 in early access with their dad, who was diagnosed with Alzheimer's.
Fuck.
And it was kind of the last game that they got to play together before the Alzheimer's got, too bad.
Yeah.
And the player wrote a letter to Larian just kind of thanking them for that and whatever. And so Larian, in the full release, has put an NPC inspired by the dad in the game.
So awesome.
Isn't that great?
That's fantastic. You love to see it.
Baldur's Gate, dude.
Mm-hmm. Feel good hit.
What an amazing game.
So cool.
It is time for Love and Respect.
Love and respect.
Love and respect.
Love and respect. He tried to go too early there.
Yeah, that was good though, Dami.
I respected Dami.
I like that hustle.
You tried.
Almost.
It's funny because I was gonna wait.
It's a mini game. Yeah, you were late.
I was gonna wait for Damiani, because I knew Damiani.
Yeah.
I was gonna have some input lag.
Delay your inputs, like Pac-Man. First up, Brandon K. Gann. Hello, everyone. What moments, if any, in games give you a powerful feeling of Catharsis. I ask because while I had the final 2 weeks of the year off from work, my break was marred by bad and worse news. So I turned to the Wolfenstein series to have mindless fun. The impetus of this submission is Wolfenstein 2. The middle and the very end have two of the singular most satisfying moments I've ever had simply pressing the right stick on my controller. And with that satisfaction, I was curious to know if there are individual instances where pressing a button once far outweighed regular minute-to-minute gameplay.
Metal Gear Solid 3.
Brothers, Tale of Two Sons, has a good cathartic moment like that.
Honestly, God of War Valhalla was like life altering. How insane that was. Finishing that. Culmination. So happy about it. That was very cathartic, finishing that. It was like, almost 20 years of gaming history just like coming together full circle. Like that is like, that's like more than half my life when that game came out. Like God of War is what, 2005? 2004 or 5? So, Valhalla.
Pretty good. Yeah, I mean, you said the boss already. That was... There's another moment like that. Oh, dude. Trying like holding down just like to crawl in MGS4 in the part.
Mash it out. Mash it out. That's why I mashed so well in Mario Party, because MGS4 trained me.
You trained for that. The emotion is like stuck inside you. It resonates. That's where you go to in your headspace.
Yep.
Like, think MGS4. I think MGS4. Yeah. I got this. Let's go, Snake. You can make it this time. Do you ever have a game where we know the outcome, you play it, and you're like, maybe if I do it this way, I'll do it differently this time. Like the character will live. It's like, no, doesn't happen. Every time.
Usually just when I play games, I imagine if Jill Valentine was there instead of who I'm playing as and how much easier it would be.
Shadow of the Colossus also.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next up, from Jed. How do the Allies feel about reviews going forward? Oh boy, fielding this with no blood. Between playing, writing, and editing, they've always taken a lot of effort for one 10-minute video. Do you think they're crucial for YouTube visibility and publisher connections, or do you intend to complete fewer games and instead play a wider array of them to discuss on the podcast? Thanks for taking my question. If you do, love and respect. No sweat, Jed?
I'm going to try to review some big ones. Probably less as the year goes on, but definitely I feel like Suicide Squad would be like a good one to review. I don't know if I can, just with timing, and that game's coming up quick. It's also co-op. That'd be hard to review not playing co-op, but I feel like that would be valuable. Just people always ask me about Suicide Squad and shit, and I have things to say about it.
Yeah. I mean, from a biz perspective, anything that's not the podcast and the group stream are voluntary. Mm-hmm. So basically, for us to do a review, the person who writes it and captures it has to get me or Don on a good day where we're not busy, which will probably happen plenty. But yeah,
sparingly for the big ones.
We definitely plan to do them. It'll just be a little less. Yeah. Damiani, any thoughts on that?
I think you both said it pretty well there. Yeah, it's just when big ones come up that we want to do, we'll do them.
Yeah. Next up from TJ Price. Greetings, Allies. One of the major talking points that emerged post-Insomniac leak is that AAA video game budgets are starting to become untenable. Spider-Man 3 is reported to have a budget of over $350 million, and it might take them a few years just to see a profit from it. But from my perspective, the vast majority of game publishers and their products are leaving tens of millions or even hundreds of millions of dollars on the table for literally no good reason. I'm talking, of course, about release dates. There's no good reason why Rise of the Ronin and Dragon's Dogma 3, I think you mean 2, maybe 2 for that other one too, sort of, should release on the same day. And as someone who is working class, I have neither the time nor money to tackle 2 massive games at the same time. Do you all think that solving the release date issue is enough to offset an increase in budget? And what can even be done to get companies to space out their games? Love and respect from Denver.
They don't talk to each other.
They don't talk to each other.
So, and moving a release date is very problematic for your marketing. Like,
it's expensive.
Imagine a giant locomotive coming down the tracks to this release date, and then you want to like push it up or push it back. It's like the train is moving.
Yeah.
Like,
and the locomotive says the date already on it.
Like all
and the city and everything.
Yeah. All the billboards are out, the posters are out, the promotional material, all the ads on the websites, all that shit is in motion. So you just gotta you gotta hope for the best, and it sucks as a consumer. Like, legitimately, cataclysmic wave of content. I really feel like last year was the best year for games of all time, but there were also too many. Like, you had to skip 10 out of 10s. There was just no way to play or get to them all, which is like, too much of a good thing. There are worse problems, but...
And several games have, moved for each other. Mm-hmm. And, I don't know. It'd be interesting to talk to, Alone in the Dark people. And, once that comes out and say, like, hey, do you think that moving it helped? Like, I'd love to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you going to say, Damiani?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, all that stuff costs a lot of money for the production run for like marketing, ad buys, all that. So it's very hard to change gears on that. And plus, a lot of money is already committed to that. And physical stuff like still has to be produced, and that takes time. The other part of it is that a lot of the game companies and studios, they don't all work on like the same lead times.
Yeah.
Especially like Nintendo, they're very short now. They don't announce generally most things too far in advance. Whereas you see like the movie industry will definitely announce dates way in advance for their projects. And when they see, and it's kind of like a common thing, and when they see other major studios release schedules, they then adjust. Yeah. Like we'll see, it's very common to see, oh, this got bumped back a few months or got moved up earlier just to get out of the way of this film because, it's like a courtesy between the studios. Obviously, they're not talking to each other, but
sometimes they literally are.
The way they do it.
Legendarily, Oppenheimer went to Margot Robbie and Greta Gerwig, and they were like, hey, move. You should probably move. And they were like, nah, let's embrace it.
Yeah,
it paid off huge for both of them. So, I mean, like, maybe that's what we need. Instead of moving out of each other's way, maybe we need a Rise of the Ronin, Dragon's Dogma 2, like, mashup.
It's hard to get that. That was such a
launch day collaboration.
Yeah, I mean, that was a perfect storm for sure. Yeah. The tricky thing, with like you guys were saying, the marketing engine is already going, and marketing is so expensive, and like games could always use, like for films, the common adage is you basically double the budget again is how much they spend on marketing, sometimes even more. So like if the budget of a movie is 150 million, the real budget of the movie was 300 million. And like if the budget of Spider-Man 2 was 350 million, like the advertising budget had to be huge also. And like I don't know, games, they don't really report budgets the same way. So who knows if they were including that in that budget or not. Like we have no idea. But yeah, like it's such a sticky wicket, and like especially with games like tending to release on certain days of the week, it's
Sean Layden like 10 years ago said the shit was untenable. Like he's like, AAA video games are way too expensive. That was like a long time ago. Yeah, when he said that. So,
and I mean, like, how could they not? I'm honestly surprised that they're not more expensive. Like, how are games like generally cheaper than films to produce? Like, you've got so many people working for so long, and I guess it's because you can create all the assets yourself. But obviously, that costs a bunch of money. But like, you don't have to blow up an Aston Martin 4 times to get 4 takes in a James Bond movie. That's $400,000 right there. But like,
those movies are like 300+ million.
Yeah,
and they're lucky. Like if you make a bill.
But then I mean, you look at Spider-Man 2, and it's just like the level of detail and like the amount there is bonkers.
I want to know like how much they make. That's still what we don't know. We're always
in games.
I am obsessed with budgets, but like, what is their profit? Because again, if a movie is like,
you can extrapolate from NPDs kind of.
If like Marvel, if a Marvel movie is like 300 million and they make like $1 billion or whatever,
yeah.
Like if a game is 300 million, is it making 2 billion? Is it making 3 billion? Is it making 4? Like
no, games don't. I don't think make. I don't know.
I mean, a movie ticket's $20. You see it once. A lot of people buy games. It's like $70.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. But I mean, also like, you see on Circana, like the NPDs or whatever, like even the top ones are doing like.
But it doesn't track
millions.
digital, right?
Not always.
Exactly.
But it's like millions. Like it's millions of copies.
They don't even make
but like
physical media anymore. Basically, it's like Best Buy's done.
But more people go to the movies than play games.
Yeah, but it's,
generally.
But
especially
a game is
in the
3
past.
or 4 times as much money.
Right. So it's like, does it? Who knows if it bounces out?
Yeah.
I would bet.
I want to know so bad.
I would bet it doesn't.
You don't think?
Because I mean, like if you think about global markets, like
how much do you think Spider-Man
movies,
2 made, Isla? What is your theory?
How much did it make?
How much
I know
did
it's
Spider-Man
sold
2
well.
make?
But I mean, the person who wrote in this question is saying that they might not make their money back immediately. So they say. So I don't know. Was it on the NPDs? Damn it! You were on that episode.
Yeah, it charts well.
Yeah,
it's a highest selling game.
Fastest selling game too, if I recall.
Because I remember GTA 5 made. Because I remember GTA 5 made a bill. That was the whole big thing. It made a bill in like 72 hours or something insane.
Initially.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's GTA.
And it's only been printing money since.
Exactly. So
I mean, like Spider-Man 2 is going to make its money back.
Yeah.
I would assume. Yeah. But I mean, what I'm saying is like,
I think games make billions. I think that's why they don't say shit. I think they're making like $4 billion.
I mean, like obviously a lot of them are.
Yeah.
Obviously a lot of them. Like League of Legends is obviously making billions. Call of Duty is obviously making billions. It depends on the game. Like Spider-Man 2 might crack it. Yeah. Like, or maybe it did immediately. I have no idea. Yeah. We need more information on that.
Yeah.
But like movies, you know, the ones that crack a bill do well in the US, they do well in China, they do well overseas in other markets, you know, and like not every game hits that, but a lot, like, I mean, League of Legends does so well because it's so huge. Like US is not even near their top market. Yeah. So it's like, I mean, what you got to do to have a huge success is be big in the East and not so much like it doesn't, America barely matters.
Be big worldwide.
Yeah.
Worldwide reach.
Yeah.
Like GTA.
GTA. It's in the bills. Anything else to add, Damiani-kun? No? All right, then.
Just,
what?
Yeah. It's expensive.
Yeah, video games.
So expensive.
They probably make a shitload. I mean, they obviously make a shitload of money. Like, Pokemon makes bonkers money.
And blame the shareholders.
Yeah.
And the CEOs.
The CEOs more so, probably, generally.
Yeah.
It is time for beds. The sleepy grizzlies are waking up. I'll get to it, Damiani. Hang on.
I know.
The sleepy grizzlies are waking up from their hibernation, and the garrulous ducks have migrated on. So for this week, it's a rare moment, a fog of war, if you will. Everyone is going to place their bets now, but the matter of teams and how these scores will be counted won't be decided until next week. Rest assured, though, that this could give the winner an early lead over Bloodworth. Also, I forgot to make us write these down, so we're just going to raw dog it. Okay. Be honorable. Yep. Don.
I just want to beat Blood.
This week's bet.
I don't care about anything. I just want to beat Blood.
Yeah. This week's bet. Momodora Moonlit Farewell, the culmination of the Momodora series, as Don just said,
shout out,
releases next Thursday, January 11th. Letting you slash through more demons in a new Metroidvania adventure. We're going with a classic bet this week. How many double jumps will we see in the launch trailer? For reference, the release date trailer had 5. Hold up the number on your hand, or whatever, I don't know, unless it's higher than that. Do whatever you want. Just don't change it when someone else says a number, okay?
Yeah, I have my number.
Promise.
I promise. I'm locked.
All right. Huber, go for it.
5.
Nice, 5. Let me write these down. Damiani. He says 4. Don.
11.
Ooh, because I was going to say 12. So I'd say 12. Don says 11. Huber says 5. Damiani says 4. Ave Sanctissima Maria Mater Dei, Regina Celi Porta Paradisi, Domina Mundi Pura Singular, or Wars.
Half of that cut out for me.
You have a nice singing voice, Hal. It's very nice.
Thank you. I finished my album.
Nice.
By the way, it's out for mixing and mastering.
Nice.
I could have sung way longer. I know the whole thing. Anyway, or Wars. Who wants to go first?
Damiani does.
Is that allowed?
Yeah.
Damiani, do you consent?
If you don't speak up.
Yes. I said sure.
All right. Stub your toe or hit your funny bone?
Ooh.
I hate stubbing my toe, and it happens quite a bit. Well, maybe not stubbing, but like when you like hit the small toe against like edge of a table or
feel it.
counter. I hate that.
My toes
shit.
are tingling right now. Just thinking about it.
Same.
It's so hard. Like I feel like I don't hit my funny bone very often, but the toe bend shit like sucks.
Yeah.
Like whoever designed 90-degree angles is like the common thing for like all things is dumb. Hate you.
Yeah. So you would rather hit your funny bone then?
Yes.
All right. Who's next, Don or Huber?
Sure.
Godzilla or Kong?
Ooh.
Oh God.
Fuck. I refuse.
You can't refuse.
I refuse.
You can't refuse.
Fuck.
Damiani versus Angles. Epic rant. Loved it.
Fuck. Dude, I'm gonna say fuck. I'll say Kong because he uses weapons.
Whoa!
Yeah, he uses weapons, tools.
He literally. Never mind. Love that. I love that. I mean, they're both god tier. I mean, they're both literal gods,
sorry,
basically. They're both amazing.
Yeah, they're both 10 out of 10.
Don, that leaves you left Joy-Con or right Joy-Con?
Well, that depends. Does it depend? I think it depends.
They're different.
Yeah.
They're very
it depends.
different.
Not only that, but I think it depends if you're talking about playing, if you're talking just actually using it vertically right hand. If it's that, then it's the right Joy-Con.
Uh-huh.
But if you're using it as a little miniature controller with both your hands, I think it's the left one that's better, isn't it?
You
Which
tell
one
me.
has the home button on it? That's the right, right?
Yeah.
So I think left. Left for
And the
two
sticks
hands.
on the bottom on the right, I think.
Right.
Right?
For one hand,
No.
I believe.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give that one to Damiani for
Hell
the
yeah.
Angles rant.
Screw those 90-degree angles.
But before Damiani gets his final stuff, I'm going to tell you about patreon.com/EZA Allies. For $5, you get the EZA Allies podcast 2 days early, ad-free, with bonus love and respect questions, which we film after this, because we're live right now, baby. Mm-hmm. Also, you can submit to love and respect. Get in there. We love these love and respect questions, and we respect them. And we want more. Also, we have a Discord. It's great. $5, you're in. They do amazing top 10 lists every month. This month, January's theme, you're going to love this.
Oh, man.
January's top 10 theme will be eating or drinking establishments in games.
Oh.
The nominations open January 10th, so get in there. Join patreon.com/EZA. Get in our Discord and vote.
Man, that's a good one.
Wow.
Write up your nominations and then vote on that in the Discord.
Wow.
And then we will, at the end of the month, reveal that on this very podcast. We do that every month. Yeah, the top 10s. And then we scream at you about how crazy and wrong you are.
Most of the time, but we also praise you.
We praise you.
You're very right.
Yeah. We're harsh but fair.
Yeah.
I always love seeing what these maniacs come up with. I love it so much. $10, you can join our contributor tier and submit to our community showcase and stream team. Is this that? We need to change this wording because I don't know how or if any of these exist. But yeah, we'll have an update on community showcase soon. Okay. I started yelling at Bloodworth before I was finished reading the sentence. $25 and up are our producer tiers. They get you in the credits of this here podcast. It's marvelous. And other stuff. Our platinum producers get a shout out on this podcast every week, as well as a shout out on Frame Trap. And nope. Blood. Update this.
Blood.
I'm sorry, Blood. You did great. Thank you so much for doing the rundown.
The man's on vacation.
The man's on vacation. He shouldn't have done this at all.
He's location
he's
scouting for GTA 6. He's gonna come back with a trailer analysis.
Yeah.
And the real locations.
Oh my God.
He was like, I was at that liquor store
Blood.
that they rob.
Blood, did you go and film locations in Florida? You got a couple of days.
You know where those
go
gators
film the
are?
Locations.
In that one scene, I was there. That gas station where that cop chases that guy.
I got chased by a
filled
cop
up
there. Yeah. And the cops chased me out. It was great. Is that what Blood sounds like? I don't even know what Blood sounds like anymore.
Well, he talks really like slow and deep.
Monotone.
Slow and deep Bloodworth. I love it.
Yeah, I can't even do it.
Come back home, Bloodworth.
Miss you, bloody boy.
Come back home.
We miss you. Golden Voice tier, that's still there. You can have the beautiful pipes of Brandon Jones read just about anything you want him to. You know, there's some rules. He's not going to read ridiculous stuff, but
yo, I want to write some like unofficial sequel to Whirly World and have Jones read it. How much of a troll would that be?
That'd be so funny.
Like an extra chapter
in like parts.
Yeah.
And just like kill off all the characters. Or whatever. Well, they're already dead, but whatever. Because they're ghosts, right? Anyway. And then our platinum producers get a shout out on this podcast every week. And those shout-outs are Jabawabs, Elfanis, Greg the Dark Knight Kettering, Jesse Blue, and Raymond Wheeler III. Shout out.
Shout out.
Loved it. Damiani, you get to promote any Easy Allies video you'd like to promote. You get the final word on anything you've disagreed with, want to reiterate or just popped into your head, and you get to sign off with your trademark sign-off.
Sure. I'm going to plug Dawn's Primal Rage 2 in the flesh video.
Excellent.
This a masterclass in unearthing a game maybe you haven't really heard about. Dawn got to interview what was her name? Alex, I believe. Dawn, right?
Yes, thanks, Damian.
Got that name right. Yeah, about leading this project for Primal Rage 2 to resurrect it. And I gotta be honest, when I saw like the image, I thought like, is this Killer Instinct Gold? No, this is Primal Rage. Oh, I didn't know about this. So Dawn, you got footage of Dawn walking around like arcades. It's everything you wanted from a Dawn video. So check it out. It just dropped today, I believe. Yeah. Yes, it dropped today. I watched it this morning, right? Yeah. Okay, this morning. Final word. I feel like I was like a little harsh on 90-degree angles, but I mean, even like the curved edges on some shit, you know, they're not 90 degrees, but they're just nice curve, but they're at like the end table ends. Those suck too. But like corners, not just corners, doors. When your foot gets caught on the door or your toe, like why? What like everything like. Interiors are just designed like so poorly. Like they're designed to kill humans. They're not designed to keep us safe. They're designed to cause us misery. We weren't meant to live inside. This is the truth. And with that, until next time, may the way of the hero lead to the Triforce.
Sometimes I think unicorns are real.